salute everyone. Salute, salute, salute. What's good? Knicks Real Talk. We in the building. Knicks follow-up post-game. Knicks exit the building. Salute to the future stream, man. We're going to get it popping. I got KJ, Sharp, Howard. We in the building. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody, man. Hopefully we can have a good night tonight. Break down some of the things from last night's game. Go over the season. Go over the off-season. All that good stuff. So we're going to get it popping. But let me bring my partners in crime. My brothers up in here, man. Sharp, Howard was good.
Salute KJ, salute Divine, salute to the chat. Let's get it.
KJ Events was good, fam.
Divine and Shaw, salute to you all. Let's get into this Nick Real Talk as always.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, season over, man. What can I say? Knicks ended the season last night in a beautiful victory over the Toronto Raptors last night, 105-94. Gardner was buzzing. The Cats had a popping. Obi Toppin, Emmanuel quickly had big game last night down. We only had 8 guys suited up, man, so they had a lot of pressure on them, but they came and performed for the fans, which was fan appreciation night. You know, they came to and perform for the fans last night. It was good to see, man. But like I said, I know sometimes people want to lose, man, but it's good to go out, forget a lottery odd. That was some beautiful basketball the last couple of games by them young men and everybody else as well. But I'm glad to see that they went out with a win. Sharp Powell. This was an overall good game. It was electric. Nobody could stop Obi Toppin. He had it popping. It was crazy like yesterday in the Garden.
Yeah, electrifying. Seats looked like they were pretty packed. It was pretty loud in there, and the two guys showed out last night, man. Kudos to both of them young men that came out to perform last night. IQ and Obi Toppin, and the rest of the team that played, that stepped on the court, to help them out with the win. It was just a good win, man. It was good to see them go out on a good note. You know what I mean? Going out with it, even though we didn't make the play-in or whatever it was, they still went out on their shield and stuff like that. So it keeps you optimistic for what could come next season.
Yeah, real talk.
I was happy for that.
Yeah. And KJ, it's not only the game was good, you got to hear a little bit from Leon Rose yesterday, in the interview with Mike Breen. But the future looked good, though, man. It really does. The future looks good. And I really think the Knicks are going to be a problem next year. I really think they got enough talent in New York to put this thing together. And with the emergence of all these young guys, and like I said, Obi Toppin has causing some problems in New York.
Right.
So, it really was, man. But that young man had it going on. But, quickly had it going on between two of them, 70-something points. Oh, my goodness. One had a double-double. One had a triple-double. It was like crazy. But overall, it was good to see them guys get down like that for the fan. But like I said, fan appreciation night, last game of the season, and they go out with that's what I loved about the last 2 games of the season, KJ, because what it told me was they going into next season with momentum, feeling good because they won. You know what I mean? Okay, no, the way they ended the season, the way they probably want to bring in the season next year. So overall, it was a good game all around.
Absolutely. And again, ending the season the way we ended, starting the beginning, and ending the way we ended with that young core, it gave us hope as Knicks fans. Like I haven't had a season in a long time since going next year. I'm more happy going this summer than I was ever before because of the young infrastructure. And to that point you just named, Devon Shaw, man, this young core is something to talk about the rest of the summer. A lot of decisions we made. Obi Toppin, IQ, monster games the last 10, 15 games these guys have been having. IQ, 2 triple-doubles. Obi Toppin at 42 points. I mean, and the jump shot is getting better and better and better. So it's like, man, it giving us a lot of hope as Knicks fans. And I like to see what the Knicks going to do, but I love the game that I seen with both of those 2 guys in general to step up with 8 guys yesterday and for them guys to take over the way they did. Kudos to them. It's only going to get better for us during the summertime. Only.
Yeah. Facts. Well, I can't say enough. You guys probably hit the nail right on the head, but it was just some beautiful display of basketball. Regardless of who was sitting down, who wasn't playing, if you say that Emmanuel quickly cannot start in the NBA as a point guard, you got to be crazy. You know what I mean? You got that young man. That man. What I like about him, he's taking it to the rack. He's pulling up. He got the assist game popping off. The man had triple-double. That's tell you right there. And he got a good court awareness. He's getting better with it. And I love what I'm seeing from him. Whether he be the starting point guard or not, I think it's still going to be a good problem for the Knicks to have with Emmanuel quickly, whether he's starting or he's not starting. But that's going to be impressive. What they're going to have in him next year. So along with Obi Toppin and Sharp Howard, I just think that them two, you got to speak about it, man. They were the highlight of the game yesterday. They were. I mean, the other guys stepped up and did what they had to do, like you said, shot power. But them two young men put on an awesome display of basketball. You could tell the work that they put in on the off season paid off, they really got something going on right there. Them two, they got a special bond with each other, and they know each other on the court. And I think Emmanuel quickly sees Obi Toppin well. So to me, it's like you just need to plug them two in the starting lineup to track two of these other guys and plug them right in the starting lineup next year if you don't get nobody else. I think their chemistry is so good, and then with IQ, with that passing ability now, catching everybody for lobs. Jericho Sims, with Mitchell Robinson coming back, he's gonna catch him for a lob. It's just some of the things that Alex Burton couldn't do consistently. I think Emmanuel quickly can do that consistently with the skill set that he have, knowing that he's gonna get better coming forth.
Well, this is the dilemma for the offseason. This is what the New York Knicks has to figure something out with this the commencement of these two guys that's coming in here and killing it. I mean, I've seen some things about these closeout teams and these aren't the starting, but a lot of the games that these guys played well in were down the road, like with Brooklyn. They played against Kyrie and KD. They played against some top-notch players, and with them playing against the players that they have scoring these big points doesn't make it any difference. You're in the NBA, and if you're in the NBA, you are an NBA player. You can play basketball. If you take any one of these, the bummest NBA player, and take them and put them on up in Harlem or put them somewhere where it's a big time tournament, he is going to electrify the crowd to have like 70 points. Right. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. But the dilemma with these two guys coming out, the way they playing, man, is gonna put some pressure. Are we really gonna look for a point guard this year? Are we gonna really try to make a move to get Randall off the court and keep these two guys, these two combos together? So I mean, it's something to watch because with this combo, you can only imagine how RJ and Reddish are going to get down this year. Who house they're going to stay out shooting in the backyard with a big full court back there with the breakaway rims and everything like that. About 10,000 balls out there to shoot jump shots. It's going to be two tandems on the team next year that could be real good together. So I mean, it's something to look forward to and something the New York Knicks is really going to have to address.
Yeah, real talk, man. To piggyback on what you were saying before I give it to KJ, hey, listen, Obi Toppin was going up against Scotty Barnes. They came in, he the rookie of the year. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like he was scrubbed. And, Emmanuel quickly, Gary Trent Jr. was in there. He just got the good distinction from them. So, like you said, there wasn't no scrubs out there. You know what I mean? And even prior to the other game, Obi dropped this, much more, and there made no scrubs. I mean, the cap, they could play. So, just overall, but, like I was saying last year, he had, I think, had 3 or 4 games where he dropped 30 points last year. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like this is new. Ain't like he just new to this. He did this last year for a couple of games, man. Dropped 31 one game, 30 something. So I mean, you seen it coming. I know it didn't seem like it because of the way the season went, KJ, because they wasn't getting a lot of burn. They was getting the burn, but wasn't getting the burn. Let me put it like that. Getting the burn, but what getting the burn, you know what I mean, for a time. But I do think these young men just made that front office really had to take a step back and say, which way we're going to go, especially with that report coming out of the New York Post that a couple of executives in the Knicks front office wanted Tibbs gone at the All-Star break. You know what I mean? A couple of executives in the Knicks organization, they didn't name the name, but we know one of them was Worldwide West. I think we heard that thing, but they said they wanted to go, but Leon Rose said nah. So knowing that, all these things are coming in the next year, we just got to be ready for anything, I guess.
Hey, look, let me tell you, again, it's probably one of the Knicks' biggest off seasons ever in Knicks history because of all the talent that we have. And we always talk about point guard, but hey, we may have the point guard in IQ that we all been waiting for. So what's the decision to be made? I just like the fact that these guys are performing at the end of the season, and they did the same thing last year. And they went to the playoffs last year. They actually performed well in the playoffs. Obi Toppin did good in the playoffs. IQ did decent in the playoffs last year. They got that 1 year playoff experience that a lot of us forgot about, So I know before we talked about trading IQ or Obi Toppin, no, them guys got something called chemistry, and the chemistry, young chemistry, is something we don't need to break up on this team. So if anything, we keep those guys. I just like the fact that them guys are really they started playing well down the stretch, and it's only gonna get better. So it's the decision what we're gonna make, man. Come on, we IQ 34, 10, in 12, I believe. The man is grabbing rebounds. When last time a guard had that many rebounds on the New York Knicks? Well, I mean that's amazing. And he came in not saying he was gonna be a point guard, he was a regular guard. But let me tell you, IQ could possibly be our future starting point guard. I want to say I'm saying it right now. Nick, real talk. IQ with RJ, Cam Reddish, and the rest of the crew could be our future starting point guard.
Yeah. I think so, man. I really do so. Like I said, and I think people got caught up in the thing. He said before he came to Kentucky, that's what he was, a point guard. He was like the misconception that they think he's not a point guard, but he came into Kentucky as a point guard, except for obviously, with Tyrese Maxey on got there, John Calipari decided to say he wants you to play off ball. But coming into Kentucky, he was a point guard. That's why I said he got skills and it's showing, because I just think the man has got a good eye. He's unselfish. And he know when, and what I'm loving about him, man, he know when to take the shot. He know when to give it up. He get to that paint, and I love the way he throwing that corner 3 to 4 in them, whether they hit him or not. But he catch them, breaking them in that left or right corner off that coming through the paint, and he getting it to these guys with good velocity and everything in them. They grabbing them, knocking them down. So I just think that he had a good second half of the season, but I think it carries over. I think him and Obi Toppin carries over. The good thing about the RJ, be ready for the off-season workouts, so that's good news for the Knicks that we don't have to worry about him being injured and nothing like that. He'd be ready for all-season workouts. They're gonna get back at it, man. But I'm excited, and I'm really looking forward to this the whole summer. It's gonna be a lot of things going on, and we have to stay glued to this stuff. But overall, up and down season. But the way it ended made me feel like the season was good. It made me feel like the season was successful by the youth and by the growth and development of these young guys, and to see Obi Toppin what he doing, man. I mean, we've been waiting for this. Some nights we thought he didn't have it. He just wasn't ready, but all of a sudden he done put it all together. Now it looks unstoppable, man. So I'm happy about that. And let's hope that they can carry it over to the next season. Shot Powers and they can carry it over to the next season and continue this momentum and see who they're gonna get in the draft. We'll pull the draft standard up. They got the next one to talk about your boy, Shot Powers, Benedict. So I'm projected in one of the ones I got. So that's pretty cool. But overall, I'm excited for it, man. The season was okay, man. I'm going to get a season for me, guys. I'm just going to give a season a nice C. I'm going to give it a C for the season. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. So I'm going to give it a C because I do think that I've seen some good things, and I can see what can be going forward. So, but it was good, Chop Out. I can't even complain.
Yeah, like I said, man, this is going to be a big time to really see what the Knicks is going to come up with how they're going to move these lineups and how they're going to rotate these pieces, which piece is going to go, who's going to be moved, if they're going to come back with pretty much the same crew, if Randall's going to be here, Fournier's going to be here, is Burks going to be here, Noel, Kemba, it's a lot of things that they got on their plate, man, and I hope they start subtracting first. I hope they get some of these people out of here first so they can decide who they're gonna, start with the little chips. I don't want to say little chips because none of these guys are little. Any one of these guys go to another team, they can, sustain their playing and elevate their game somewhere else, like a Kemba Walker or something like that. So I think they start with Kemba and work their way up and see how far they go up the line. If they can get up to if they could get up to Evan Fournier, and this is also maybe even including Burks, man, because we're gonna have to shed some of our veterans for some of our young guys to really get out there and shine. Reddish is coming back next year. He's coming back on a contract year. I think he's gonna ball out this year. I hope that he can stay healthy, but I think he's gonna be a big part of what the New York Knicks do next year. I also think Grimes is going to be one of those guys that's going to be right there backing him up. RJ games should be elevating this year. I'm pretty sure every year we see RJ come back and he's been excelling. Like you say, always Divine. From his first year, 14 points, and he's up to 20 points now. Next year, it could be estimated he'd make it into the 20-something. If he can hit his free throws, he's easily 24 points a night. If he can hit his free throws, he could probably be around 24 points a night. Next year is going to be a big year for him. I'm not sure if they're going to give him the extension yet. I'm not sure. I think they may talk to him and say, listen, this is exactly what we want to do. We want to see what you're going to do this year so we could give you the max money at the end of next year. You come out here, or they might even go in and talk to him like, look, we'll give you 5 years, $30 million. And I mean, if you stay here for 5 years and you capture a ring here, the next time we got to re-up on you, you're a max player, you're a super max player. And I mean, so it's some things that they can hit them with, and this is going to be a very, very interesting summer, man, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, KJ, what's your take on that, man? Because we got a lot of good things that got going on in New York. We got a lot of great decisions, tough decisions we got to make, but we in a great situation. Like I said, we got the flexibility with the picks. We got the draft pick in the 10th spot right now. You know what I mean? And we just in a good place, man. And we just hope that they could put it all together, Leon Rose and them, and make us happy next year. But I do think the Knicks, with the talent they got, I think this year was a while. I think next year the Knicks will be in the playoffs. I'm gonna book that right here. I think the Knicks got a young team that will get them to the playoffs next year. Depend on what they add with it. I think what they got get them to the playoffs. What they add to it tell you how deep they can go in the playoffs. I put it like that for real.
Yeah. Again, I like Sha. I like sending RJ right now because basically, you send him now, you get him at a discount.
Yeah, right.
If you already know what the guy can do, we seen what the guy can do. Like 14 points first year, 18 points next year, he averaged 20 points this year. So 3 years, the man then went up, right? And in the beginning of the season, we were saying, what we gonna do with RJ? It depends. I already know. Let's give the guy the money right now. Extend him now, because if we extend him now, we can get somebody else along going with him. But we may even have other people. We have if we keep Mitchell Robinson guy, right? We keep that guy, but we might stretch Julius Randle. But we have young guys. I want to see younger. See, the thing I don't want to see now, after seeing that quickly in top in tandem last night, the last couple games, I want to see more of that. And us Knicks fans, we're gonna want to see that, because if we go in next year and them guys back and they playing Obi Potter saying 15 minutes, it was like, man, like, why did you even do that? It's one of the decisions, and that's why I said I think the Knicks brass has finally heard what we've been saying. Us, the fans, us from the chat, us on Knicks Real Talk family, we've been saying it. Hey, look, when it's over, it's over. I just believe it's over for Julius Randle. He had a great career as a New York Knick, but it's time to move on from him because we can get more assets back from him. And if it don't work, so be it. Somebody be wrong. Hey, fire us. It don't matter. But I roll the dice. Let it go. But other than that, guys, again, quickly and Toppin, those two, their chemistry is unmatched. And when somebody has chemistry, you gotta keep them. You gotta keep them playing, because it's only gonna get better. Because guess what happens? The young energy creates more energy, good positive energy for the other players. So you keep those young two men. Another thing I want to say, man, our hats is fire. Devon, your hat fire. Sha, your hat, Sha, you gotta show your hat more, man. Hey, so to the chat, I want y'all to mark 1, 2, or 3. Who y'all think got the fire's Nick cap on right now? Devon, Sha, Devon, you gotta turn. Sha, you gotta turn it back around, Sha, because that gray and orange is the flavor. Hey, Devon, I like yours too. Mine's got the stars on the side now. You know, I gotta show mine too a little bit. You know, that's that old Mitchell right there. But I had to throw that in. But honestly, guys, I think that the Knicks right now are in a great space to be in, and I will give them a C+. And the plus is for the young infrastructure. They restored hope in all of the Knicks fans going into this year. Next year, I mean.
Yeah. Real talk. For me, quickly and Obi Toppin and RJ, right? So if you're plugging Mitchell Robinson and plugging Cam Reddish, to me, that's it.
That's nice right there, man.
It, bro.
That's nice.
You plug that in right there. I think you put quickly Obi. You already got RJ. You plug in Mitch and Cam Reddish. I think that young squad is good. I think that young squad is athletic. I think that young squad can shoot. I think that young squad can play defense. I think that young squad can get up and down the floor. I just think that it's a man, and then you plug in the backfield with Grimes and McBride, Jericho Sims, and two more people, and let them two more people, maybe one in the draft, like I said, or you go get two free agents to plug in right there. They, and unless they're going big fish, big game hunting, they're going big game hunting, then that is what it is. Then, but I like that young core right there, and that's only to me, even with Mitch, if Mitch signed and RJ not right at that time, that's only $38 million for payroll. $38 million for 5 players. You got Mitchell Robinson had 15, Obi got about 5, RJ got 10 coming up. That's 30. Then you got Cam got 5. That's 35, and quickly probably on a 3-year deal right now, this rookie year. That's $38 million in your starting 5, and they that good. You know what I mean? You can't beat that. You know what I mean? And then you got 2 rookies in the backfield, 3 of them. Check it out. You got Jericho Sims probably like 1.5 million. McBride probably 3 million or 2 million, and my man Grimes 3 million. That's like $10 million. You know what I mean? And you ain't even got the other 2 spots, so you can bring back. That's about $48 million for payroll for all them young players, and all you got to do is plug in some veterans that's going to get it popping. That's why even if you bring back Burks, I don't have a problem because of the $10 million. That's only 58 million, 68 million. So you bring in another guy out the draft. If you're going to pay him $6 million, $7 million out the draft, you top 10 or whatever. So you still at $70 million, and you got a complete team and still in. And then you bring Todd Gibson back for $5 million just to be the coach on the bench and play when he need him. I think the Knicks is in a good spot. Shaw Powers, man, and KJ, and we just got to do this thing right, man. But that starting 5 would be awesome in there. You bring 2 players in there to fill them voids. I don't care if it's Carmelo, even it's Melo and Todd. Melo can back up Obi Toppin at the 4. You know what I mean? You send him off with a year left to teach Obi Toppin some footwork. Who best to learn from the NBA from one of the best scorers in the game? Obi Toppin game and go to another level. You know what I mean? Then you fill that other 3 with somebody, and I just think you can't go wrong. So what I'm trying to say is that on KJ, that they are in a good spot, and I hope they realize where they at and go young. They got enough young talent. I think that starting 5 young talent get them to the playoffs. I think they that good. I really do.
That's a nice starting lineup, man. If you get IQ, Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson. I mean, that's an energy lineup, and the energy what really got us back in these games. That defensive-minded players, and then you got a bench of Deuce McBride. Like we didn't even bring up Deuce McBride, and he still hasn't came out of his shell yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine the Grimes and wait till next year with Grimes and McBride. Wait till they come out their shell. They like Obi and IQ was. They came out their shell a little bit these last couple games. Now, but we as a Knicks fan base, I know me, I'm going to expect more from them now. So it's like, think about it. We got all these young guys, right? And this is why I say I think a big trade is coming, because we got too many of these veterans in here that's going to take too many of the minutes. We don't need that. We know we want to go young. So shred contracts, save your money, get your money back, and then you fill in pieces that you think can fit for this team, just in case one of these guys go down. So imagine if we say we don't get a point guard, right? And we go with IQ as the backup, right? God forbid IQ goes down. Who's that next man we bringing in? We're gonna bring in Deuce McBride, right? But my thing is, I still think they go for that big fish point guard. If a deal is there for a big fish point guard, we bring that big fish point guard in just for those reasons, because we know IQ can handle the point guard position, right? Or if not, you bring in a big fish point guard and you let IQ start along with a Obi Toppin and RJ Barrett along with a Mitchell Robinson, or vice versa. If Mitchell Robinson don't work, hey, we got Sims to fill that hole. We could bring back Noel. But I want to ask you both a question in the chat. A question: who is our big 3 on this team? Our young big 3. For me, Obi Toppin, IQ, and RJ Barrett could be the next big 3, the next 3 to 4 years on this New York Knicks team if everything holds over well. What do you guys think about that?
That's a good one. I think I'm gonna have to put RJ. I'm gonna have to say, only because he could dominate his position, I'm gonna say Mitchell Robinson.
Thank you.
RJ, Mitchell Robinson, and I go Obi Toppin. I think that RJ, Obi Toppin, they athletic big dudes, and they
Mm.
go. I think I would go Mitchell Robinson, RJ, and Obi Toppin.
I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna go IQ, Reddish, and RJ.
Mm,
Because I
wow.
think I think IQ can change. IQ's gonna help RJ come to his own, and I think RJ is gonna make Reddish get busy this year. So I think IQ, because he's IQ. It seems like everybody really bonds around RJ. They all talk to RJ. Everybody's interacting with RJ, and IQ helps lead the team. I think IQ is if I think IQ is more of the leader on the team. I don't know, man. Just watching him this year, I see how he controls the team. He really sets the team and sets them to go forward, man. In the early part of the year, he struggled. He didn't have someone to really be in his ear, someone to come to play alongside him like he did last year when he had D Rose beside him. And so this year he really had to do it himself. And the more and more he played it, the better he got at it. So imagine him coming back next year, 30 pounds, a little 30 pounds heavier, a little bit more muscular, a little bit more dog in
Mm.
him, a little bit more meaner. I think
Mhm.
Yeah.
IQ is going to be the key part to this team. I think we all talked about, like, I always said this. I always thought IQ was a guard. He's always been a guard. If we called him the shooting guard, some nights. If we called him the point guard, some nights. But this last month or so, this guy has been a point guard, man. He has been distributing. He has been rebounding. Aside from him dribbling a little bit too much, and sometimes missing the initial easy pass that he could get off, he's been getting better, and you see it as his assist goes up, his rebound is up this year. He's a leader, man. And I think him with RJ and Reddish, I think that's going to be a good tandem because him and Obi is already down already. You ain't got to worry about him and Obi. Him and Obi is going to do what they do regardless. Obi breaks out, IQ is going to throw that quarterback pass down to him. Obi's going to catch it and dunk it. So I think the big thing that I think is RJ and IQ. Once them two guys work out, because RJ be the shooting guard next year if we get rid of Fournier and put Reddish in his position. I don't think Fournier is coming off the bench. I just don't think he's coming off the
Hey,
bench. But
real quick, Cash out had a great point. Trade he that's the reason why I said you have to do this. See, I mean, we only let the chat understand where we coming from. We know we only hope of what could be, or if we were in the situation we would want the Knicks. We know that the Knicks might not trade nobody. So we're not saying the Knicks gonna do this. We're not saying that we know this is what we think we in our mind as outside GMs what we would like to see the Knicks do. We know they're not going to do it. We just only hoping that if we were in the GM's situation. So when we speak for Knicks Real Talk, we don't have no idea what the Knicks are do. I don't even know. Can't even pretend to know. But when we speak, we only speak that we in our minds what we think that what could be or should be. You know what I mean? And I do think that some of the ideas that we have, you hope that will come to fruition. They probably not, because think about it. In order to get to what we've been talking about, you got to be able to take back contracts, obviously. You know what I mean? You got to be able to, you can't have a line of the way we talk about it without, because if they trade somebody, got to bring back somebody, unless it's going to be picks. And I think some of our guys are too, they account they're getting paid for it. You're going to have to acquire maybe a player in a trade. So, but I do think we got enough contracts to get off where we can see Obi, RJ, Mitch. We can make that lineup happen. But when we trade these other guys, we got to hope that like Cash Out. That's why I put Cash Out's chat up there. We got to hope that it's for aspiring contract guys who won't be in the rotation. You know what I mean? Or so if we traded for some aspirants, maybe them aspirants not going to be in the rotation next year. And like Cash Out said, that way it don't affect what we talking about. But I think if you can get back some guys that even if you two of them in the rotation for Randall, because if you try to move Randall or Fournier, you're gonna have to bring back players for them. There's no way you're only gonna be able to get picks only. Ain't nobody gonna do that, So, but I still think that front five can be. So, like you said, KJ, we never know. Some of these guys might not be here. They might not be here.
That was gonna be my next thing, guy. What do you guys think about that? Like, I know we've grown to love some of these guys, like a Grimes and McBride, IQ, Obi Toppin. What's the one big thing that would shock you all if we would let a player go, one or two players go out of that young? I'm not talking about a Toppin. I mean, not Toppin. I'm not talking about a Noel or a Burks or a Rose or a Rand. I'm talking about one of the young guys. Who will be the shocker if we let them go?
Toppin. Toppin go now.
I'll say this just to throw some fire out there, stuff like that. In order for us to get Zion, since so many people want Zion to come here, we would more likely have to give up Julius Randle, Grimes, and IQ, or someone to IQ. IQ will probably be one of the first pieces that they would want if we were to go get Zion. IQ and Grimes, or IQ and Reddish with Randall. Do you do the trade? I'm sorry. 3 first-round picks. Our first-round pick this year, Mavericks first-round pick next year, and our first-round pick 2025, 24, 25.
Mm-mm.
Would you do that pick?
Who are the players again?
IQ, Grimes, or Reddish, 3 first rounds, and Randall.
Yeah, you have to do that. I hate to say it.
I would too.
I would hate
to see them go either IQ.
So we got a little dilemma here. I'm not doing that.
I feel you, KJ. I feel you, bro.
And now look, and the reason I'm saying that,
I feel you.
Like, of course, Zion, but I just don't know what Zion is still. Right now, we know the man can put 27 double.
He's 21 years old. They say that he's coming back from the foot surgery. He's not going to play with the Pelicans. He doesn't want to play with them no more. He wants a big scene. He wants to be with his homeboy. They say that he dropped about 30 pounds, so he's not 280 no more. He's more closer to like 250, 260. You know what I mean? He probably could lose another 30 pounds before the season come up. You only seen one picture of him, and that was on they say that was when he was on his weight loss or whatever, this new nutritional thing that they doing for him, that he did the between the leg dunks. He doesn't have a pin in his foot. And I mean, his foot is just broke. It's not like he had to have it surgically repaired like a screw and a bolt. You know what I mean? So it's just like Mitchell Robinson's foot. Anybody that had that type of accident is almost the the pinky toe is right along the pinky toe foot is where that bone is. So all do you do that pick?
You know who I'm thinking about for this? What player the Knicks did this, something like this too. We got him and then it went terrible. This is way back.
McDice.
Antonio McDice.
Mm-hmm.
This is what this is reminding me of. If we did that move, and then it's like now we'll be back another 7-8 years for one move for one guy. But we got all those young guys. You talking about an IQ or a Grimes, 3 first rounders for one man. He's 21. Hey, it's good. But let me tell you something. If this was Zion Williamson when coming out the draft, I'd have been like, look, let's do it. But now it's like one of them things. I see the way the young core is playing. I seen the way when Grimes and the other guys was in the game. The team looks like they're having a lot of fun. It seems like all the pieces of the puzzle. Not saying that Zion will be a great piece of this team. But to me,
I'm gonna try to make it sweeter for you then, KJ, because now we got
please do.
we got RJ and we got Reddish, which played together on the same team. Zion is healthy. He's healthy. Let's hypothetically, he's healthy. You know, he may not have a problem with his foot again as long as he keeps maintaining his weight, being a little lower, and he comes with a jump shot this year. Because that's all he's been doing all off season, because they didn't want him to do much, but he's been shooting a jump shot, and he's got a jump shot from the foul line down. Yeah, he got a jump shot now. And on top of that, we just got the number 1 pick, the number 3 pick, and the number, what was Reddish, 8th, 9th, something like that, in the same draft. 10th in the same draft. You know what I mean? We give it up 3 first rounders, and we might get something back from them. I didn't think about anything about that, but let's just say Grimes, IQ, Randall, 3 first rounders. You're not doing that?
I tell you, I'm gonna tell you here only my trepidation, and I was saying early year I didn't want Zion because of that injury thing.
Right.
That was the only reason I want. The man is box office, bro. He a talent. But let me tell you something also. I think we got a player on his team. If he can keep it going in another 2 years, you already got him in, Obi Toppin.
Right. You're right.
I think Obi Toppin is a lighter version of Zion, you know, in a sense, with a better jump shot, with a 3-point ball. I think their game is almost the same. But
we still could keep Obi, though. Keep Obi.
What position?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
One of them would be 4. One of them would be 4. One of them would be a 3.
Okay. But, you know what? Other than the injury, I would do it. Like I said, my only trepidation was that injury. That was it. But other than that, the man is a box office. But I would if they could say that he went through all the tests, all the preliminaries, all of the X-rays and grams and all that, whatever, and they say that this man's foot is not, if it get hurt, it won't be because of. If he get hurt, it won't be because of that particular foot again. So
he got a new sneaker and everything now. He ain't got that same sneaker that he broke his foot in.
And Rob said no.
I just threw it out there because we were talking about how would we feel if we lose some of the players, and it all depends on what what we would get. All right, I got another one for you. We give up the same thing. Randall, we give up Randall, IQ, Grimes or Reddish, 2 first round picks, this year's pick and next year's pick to San Antonio for DeAndre Murray.
That's tough because he good.
I just think the old way Knicks business, if this was like 10, 15 years ago, the Knicks would make a trade like that. I just feel like with the new regime, these guys are too crafty to do something like that. Not saying they will, but the move has to really make sense for them. And Zion Williams is only one player. Does Zion Williams fit with this team? And do you feel like the team will make the playoffs or hopefully go to a championship level team? When you look at the East, don't forget, Ben Simmons is not playing. We still got to compete with the Nets. Ben Simmons, Kyrie, and KD. So my thing, and you still got Milwaukee, Miami, all those teams that are in front of us. How do we become better than them, offensively and defensively, or close to them? And that's why this is why I think, with the GMs, they got to really build this team. I don't think that they will make a move, and it could happen. Does it make us better? Yes, that move makes us better right now. I think we'll have a better record in 35 and 42, with a 37 and 42. Obviously, we will. But how far will we go with that team? Zion's still not proving yet. We know the man's double-double. He get average, but, defense wins championship games. And in these last 10, 15 games, to me, the young defense, the young legs, the different offensive style, the Obi Toppin running up the court really helped this team. I would rather, if I'm GMing this team with them or talking to them, I would rather build around that, build an offense or defense around what we got, and then play in 2 or 3 pieces with that to see where we go.
Yeah, true. Hey, Robert Woodward, that's David Griffin. David Griffin, the GM in New Orleans. Yeah, you're right. He'll fleece the mess out you, man. Yeah, Robert Woodward 100 on that one, but David Griffin will fleece the crap out you, bro. But listen, I want to throw this direct up. I just want to talk about this here, why he got it up there, and that's the one we talked about. And then let's just go back to this line of the cash out got out there. I don't know if there's too many teams that can literally stay with that team.
That is the
You know,
team right there.
that
That
I don't know how
that's what I'm
many.
hoping for
Yeah,
next year.
I don't know how many teams can stay with that team.
IQ,
IQ, RJ, Cam, Obi, and Mitch. I think IQ is a good defender. RJ is a good defender. Cam Reddish is a good defender. Obi's getting better. We know what Mitch can do. IQ can shoot the three ball. RJ can shoot the three ball. He probably get better at it this year. Like go back to where he was last year. Hopefully, Cam Reddish can shoot the three. If Obi even shoot the three ball next year the way he's shooting now, that's dangerous. And Mitchell Robinson, obviously, he doing what he's doing now. Now Mitchell Robinson will be playing with a point guard. He will be playing with a point guard who will pass the ball. IQ will pass the ball. He'll catch Mitch on the lob. He'll catch Obi on the lob. He'll catch Cam Reddish and RJ and Obi top him on the fast break. Now you turn that team into that. Excuse me. So to have that lineup right there, I just do think that you got it's athleticism, it's defense. Every one of them players can put the ball on the floor and go to the hole by themselves. Because you think about it, you take out Evan Fournier and you put in Cam Reddish, the defense is better. Am I right or wrong?
Facts.
Your defense is better. First of all, you take out Alex Burks and put in IQ, I think your defense is better compared to the season. You take out Alex Burks and Cam Reddish, put in IQ and IQ and Cam Reddish. I would say you take out Burks and Fournier, you got youth, energy. Defense got better in the starting lineup. The athleticism got better in the starting lineup. And then you put Obi in there. I just think that is something to behold, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't know how the Knicks would get there, what they would do, but I would love to see them bring that lineup out here, man. I think that's special right there. You know what I mean? And I think we as Knicks fans to be like, damn, we could see that for the next 4 years.
Right.
But by the time that lineup get to maybe 2 more years after this, they'll be ready to contend if you bring in all depends what piece you bring in. You know what I mean? Because a couple of them guys, the contracts will be going off the books. Grimes will be expiring by then. McBride will be expiring. Sims will be expiring. Whoever you bring in might be expiring. So right then and there, you go punch the clock and get that dude to add to that team in 2 years, or 1 or 2 guys to meet, and there we go. We ready to go up in the Eastern Conference Finals. So I think the Knicks got a lot of decision making, but I think they on the right track. We got young talent now there, and like I said, other than Devontae Murray, and unless you talk about Donovan Mitchell, if that happens, we not saying it's gonna happen. Right. We're not saying, we always saying that we can imagine if he could. Let's say if Donovan Mitchell get disgruntled out there in Utah. I don't want to be out here no more. We're not getting to the finals. I want to be in New York City where I can get the endorsement money. I can get blah blah blah. I can't be out in Mormon country no more. I need to get up out of there. Let's say if he forces his way up out of there, and Knicks got all that capital to give him, all the players we can give. We got players that Utah Jazz would literally take and to benefit them because they're aspiring and they can play and they can get picks if they want to rebuild. I just think the Knicks got a good situation with them young boys, man, and I'm hoping that they don't mess this thing up, Shaw Powell to KJ. I'm just hope they just don't mess this up because they are in a good space for real.
I just want to say I'm not saying that would be. I mean, that's a possible trade. I'm not gonna say it's not a possible trade, but I'm saying I don't like that trade, but that's what I mean. How deep are we with our guys? You know what I mean? Because if we want Donovan Mitchell, they ain't taking Burks, Noel, and Kimba, and they ain't taking them to that money match up, but they not taking those 3 guys to get Donovan Mitchell, or not. Nobody really, they probably have to single out those trades, because even if we put them in, we're not getting a big fish with those 3 guys. You know what I mean? So the guys that I believe
Randall Fournier.
You know what I mean? That's who I was about to say. Randall and Fournier, those 2 big contracts with 2, they're both really good players, man. Those would be 2 guys that I could hope that they can move on for. I don't know if they will go to I can see Fournier in Utah and try to bundle something up, but if we push Fournier to get Donovan, we will have to give up one of our young guys. And which which young guy you willing to give up to get Donovan Mitchell?
Here, let me try. Let me see if I can, before I let KJ jump in real quick. KJ, here's what, hey, Chopper, I'm hoping That's what I'm hoping. That if they still got Mike Conley and they still got Rudy Gobert. That's 31 million. That's 45 million something. So it looked like if you still got Jordan Clarkson, them, do you don't want no young guy, or do you want some quality players like Randall and Fournier to keep them in the playoff contention? Because I do think that if you get Randall or Fournier to Utah, I don't think it weakens the team by no means. I think Randall can give you what Donovan Mitchell was giving you. Let's not get it twisted. Randall 2010 and 5.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I think that's almost like trading Randall alone for him with a couple of picks. Because I think Randall is that talented. Randall, 2010 and 5, he averaging 25, 26, 27, whatever. I don't think you're losing a lot by giving them Julius Randle. And I think if you can put, let's say, I would say Fournier, but the contract is $19 million. They might have to take somebody back with Donovan Mitchell in that trade. Hypothetically, a player to come with Donovan Mitchell. But if not, I think Randall and another player and a couple of picks might get it done, because I think Randall's talent is right there with Spider Mitchell. Maybe Spider Mitchell might be here because of what he do and what Randall don't do. But I think Randall is neck and neck with him talent wise. KJ, I'm hoping Shaw Powell that would be enough, because they in the playoff. They still a playoff type of team. I think if they was in a rebuild, they was like, okay, we getting Rudy Gobert out of here. We getting Mike Conley out of here.
He might be going Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. Then I might say about, you know what? But guys like that, I understand what y'all saying, man. KJ, if we did have to go for a guy like that, I think we got the assets though.
Yeah. So the difference between Donovan Mitchell and my man Zion Williamson in New Orleans, it's something that we needed. We need a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bona fide point guard. He's proven point guard. He's an NBA superstar, a young NBA superstar that can help fill the void that the Knicks sold so many years. Zion Williamson is overweight for Tom Thibodeau's offense. So we got to think about that. The way Tibbs runs the players down to the ground of pace, do we really think Zion Williamson is going to 35 to 40 minutes like a Randall for 82 games? I'm here to tell you that's not happening off the injury. So that's what I'm looking at from that aspect. Mm-hmm. But the guy like Donovan Mitchell, I would do that deal in a heartbeat, as far as with him and Julius and Fournier. And hell, I give them all our first round draft picks from here to 2029. They can have and I'm saying that is because it has shown you that the Knicks infrastructure, the Knicks can draft, the front office can draft well in the second round. Again, look what we got: Grimes, IQ, what else? Who else? I mean, a couple other players, Sims, McBride. Look where we drafted these players at. So my thing is, I would definitely do the thing for Donovan Mitchell or Damian Lillard, because the point guard position we have, and then we keep some of our young assets like an IQ to back up, or even play with a Donovan Mitchell. Can you imagine IQ and Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt with RJ Barrett? That's a deadly. That's three deadly. That's a backcourt like crazy.
Yep. Hey, be honest with you, I'm with my man Aborigine on this.
Ooh.
I've been saying this since last year. Medical quickly. I'm glad he put that up, because I was saying, I'm gonna tell you, people sleep on this young man. He is the real deal. IQ played basketball with an IQ. I mean, the kid is gonna be something, man. I don't know if the Knicks gonna go out and get a point guard. I'm being honest with you. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Emmanuel quickly coming in the next year, that's his job to lose. I just think that I think it's his job to lose. I don't think the Knicks is going to go out there and shop for a point guard. I think they might go out there and get some wings or something. But I think IQ, man, is here to take that control, brother. I really believe that, man. I just think this guy is he got what it takes to be a point guard. He doing it in the biggest market. He got that swag to play in Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? He got it, bro. And I think what he showed you last night and all through the All-Star break. Since the All-Star break, remember this cat he averaged 11 points a game last year, this rookie year. It wasn't like he averaged 4 points. IQ averaged 11 points a game in his rookie year. And you know what? And these guys came in playing behind guys who was looking to go to the playoffs. These guys didn't come and play on teams that didn't have players that was better than them. These cats came into a situation where you had cats in front of them that was better than them, so they had to wait their turn. Now you're seeing that them cats in front of them is not better than them. Obi Toppin and Amanda quickly, man, he right at really cold-blooded, dude. I think that young man, what he's showing us is only the tip of the iceberg, dude. This is his second year. In the first year he came in the league, he really didn't have a chance to get down because of COVID. Now that man showing you what he really can do. I think you throw him the keys next year, and you go from there. And you know what? Because not throw him the keys. Let me just rephrase that. It's his job to lose. Whoever come in the training camp next year going to have to take that spot from Amanda quickly next year. I guarantee you that. Because that man done got a taste of it. He ain't letting it go. Sometimes you can see guys that got it in them, KJ and Shot Powers. This cat got it in him. And I don't think he's going to want to relinquish that. Okay, y'all done gave me my opportunity. Let me let y'all see what y'all up against. And I think he's going to take that reign next year. I think Amanda quickly might be a 15 and 7 point guard for the Knicks next year. Every night. He's that good. I think a couple of 3-pointers here, a couple of floaters here, and a couple of layups. He had his 15. I think he's that good, and I think the assist's going to be there. The rebound is going to be there. I mean, the kid got a triple-double, 2 of them. I mean that's impressive. 34, 10, and whatever. I mean, that is impressive. 34 points, 10, 12 assists, 10 rebounds. That's bananas. And you just don't do that against anybody. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about him. But I think the Knicks gonna they're gonna do something. I don't know what they're gonna do, Shot Powers, but I think Amanda quickly gonna have to take that spot for him.
I'm hoping the starting lineup next year is IQ, RJ, Cam Reddish, Mitchell Robinson, and Obi Toppin. That's what I'm just gonna keep talking that into fruition. I'm just throwing it out there because as the front office sees things, a lot of teams are going to want some of our young guys, man. If we looking to go big fish hunting this year, a lot of teams are going to want some of our young picks, man. So I just want to, get us ready just in case, because what I want next year is that team that I just said that everyone that's been talking about too, and that's the team that I was talking about as well. So that would be something to see. But if we look to go get big fish, and I've said this and I say it again. If it's the choice of starting IQ next year or going to get Jalen Brunson or getting Saxon, I'm good. I'm good with that.
What about this trade here? What about the trade Jarvis? Jarvis, good one. Do you think with Malmus Bragg being an unrestricted free agent, will he be up for a big payday, possibly trade Randall and Kimba? Perfect for Bridges and work out the other parts. I have no problem with that neither.
Yeah.
I'll do that with my eyes closed. Randall and Kimba for Bridges?
Yeah.
Come on.
Kimba get back to Charlotte, close out his career. Julius Randle, who can play for Charlotte, with Mitch Kupchak drafted Julius Randle. He liked Julius Randle.
That was a big thing talked about.
Yep. And remember, Steve Mills was about to pull a trigger on Terry Rozier and Malik Monk to Charlotte at the trading deadline 2 years ago for Julius Randle. And I think Scott Perry stopped it. They were about to make that happen. I think Mitch Kupchak would love to have Julius Randle down there, bro.
And Bridges give Julius Randle a problem every time he play him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do. Yep.
I would definitely for Julius Randle. Yeah, I would think about bringing him over here. But the only thing about him coming over here now, what we do with Obi?
3.
Oh, I can see that then. All right.
I think Obi Toppin could be a 3 in this league.
I think he can too.
You know what? I've been clamoring for that all year. Throw the man at the 3. I mean, the cat get up and down the floor like a point guard. Ain't too many people in the league. He now he's starting to get to. He'll bully a lot of 3s in the league too. You know what I mean, KJ? I think that's why I would love to see him there because his strength, his speed, and his overpowering. I think he'll bully a lot of 3s in the league. And now that jump shot is coming the way it's coming, and that'd be nice. Oh my goodness.
The type of player Obi is a run and gun team, man. He like to run.
Yeah.
It's like that old early 2000s Suns team, man. Roll the tape back. Sean Marion, Steve Nash, Barbosa.
Word.
Get out there and run. That's what
Right.
Obi, he wants to get out there and run, and it actually helps the Knicks out. I mean, we talk about his rebounding, but look at the other stuff. He's out there running, throw the ball up to him, jump up in the air, get it, and go right back up with it. It's only going to get better. So it's to me, is the way Tom Thibodeau wants to coach the team and the way they want to play. You got to find players like that because this is how we're gonna win games and win games deep into the playoffs next year. So we need to find players now. If we had to give either IQ or Toppin in a trade, for anybody, but the teams want either IQ or Toppin, and you really want this player, who you giving up?
It depends on who the player is.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
You had to give up quickly then.
Yeah, you have to give up quickly.
Damian Lillard.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Zion Williamson.
Obi.
Yeah, it'd probably be Obi. I wouldn't give up neither. I was just throwing the trade out there.
I'm naming some names. Because how about Murray?
Obi? They would probably want a power forward back. How
about Murray from the Spurs?
Or IQ?
I might give up.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, IQ.
Because I know we love we're growing one. We loving their chemistry. We would hate to break the chemistry up, but who's that player that's going to take us to another level? I'm looking for that type of player for the New York Knicks because I haven't seen that in such a long time here. I thought we had it with Marbury, Penny Hardaway, in them back in the day. It didn't happen. Though we had it with Jason Kidd, Carmelo Anthony, Rasheed Wallace, Marcus Camby. That whole team. They got us a little far, but then the Indiana team happened. It's a lot of things that I need to see.
Right. Hey man, real quick, let's go into give God a little segment break. Let's look at some highlights from last night and show you why we want to keep some of these young men because they got it popping, man. Let's throw it up there and let them guys enjoy what these cats were doing last night. And I think it was special for those who didn't get to see it all. Obi Toppin coming down there. Let me run that back for you guys. Obi Toppin ball on the ground, spin baseline in the league. I mean, that's impressive. He wasn't doing that last year. See, that was put the ball in dribbling, got much better, took the contact, boom, and one. That's beautiful to see right there, KJ. And I'm glad that he finally starting to get to show these things that he could do. Leak out. Look at this reverse. This is crazy.
More minutes, man. More minutes.
Running gun. Get him out.
Get him out. Yeah, real talk. You can't deny that. Oh, boom.
That's an outlet play. Outlet.
Look at quickly see it right
there. Hold up.
Heads up.
Outlet.
IQ pushing ball, point guard, pull up right there. Money. Come on. He got ice in his veins, bro. He don't care. He like, let's get it. So salute to IQ, man. He be doing it though. Look at that. Got the ball dribbling off he can do it from every direction, and that's what I love about it. He can go right, left. He ain't lacking in too many departments on the offense for sure. And a bump and one. Yeah. He was eating him up all night, whoever that young man was. He was really getting it. Take the bump.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he getting stronger, man.
Yeah, wait till next year.
You see how he just bullied him down there? Watch the bump. Oh, get off of me. Give him another 20 pounds, man.
Look at this guy, man. Come on. Zion who? Look at this. Man, come on now. Imagine you had a point guard who see that on a regular.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this was the one.
Yeah, that was a monster dunk right there, man.
That's crazy right there, man.
That was a monster right there.
Grandfather Todd with the block. Obi on a leak out.
That was a side one.
Yeah.
That's not the one from the free throw line yet, though.
Hey, we ain't seen nobody throw it like that in New York since Maui Stoudemire.
Yeah, he cocked that one, man.
Look at that good pass, Archie. I like his defense. He a pest.
Yeah, Archie.
Yeah, that's a pass.
Yeah, I could never miss his day.
Look at that alley oop. That's crazy IQ. What?
And that's knowing your teammates right there, man. That's knowing your teammates, man. That's why I say if they could keep this crew together, man, they're gonna be real special, man.
This kid up by the got the ball up almost the top of the square of the backboard. Look at this. God, I hate to tell you, Julius Randle ain't doing that.
No, man, he's not doing that.
Look at this kid, man. He's
not.
ice in the vein.
You ain't seeing Julius Randle leak out like he does, man.
Right. Trey Young, who? What?
He ain't running like that.
Yeah, he got that shot. We seen that shot last year. That ain't nothing new.
One right here.
Oh, that's the one.
The master blaster right there, as Clyde would say.
Oh yeah, that was the one. I got it mixed up. Yeah, my man already complaining. He ain't even dug the ball already. He already complaining.
Hey, we should still shot that right there with Obi up like that. That's gonna be on somebody's poster. Right now, think about it. That right there could be a poster. You know, back in the day, we used to have the posters in our rooms and all that stuff.
Right.
The kids want to see that, man. They want to see high flying dunks. It put people in the seats. It's money. We keeping both of them, man. After seeing that highlight, we keeping IQ in topping.
Yeah,
we gotta keep both of them.
I'll reiterate real quick, man. Randle and Fournier, man. We move Randle and Fournier. We see that all year long, and we probably gonna see a little bit of that from Reddish too, because Reddish like to leak out a little bit too. So,
facts.
Yeah,
man. I think that right there is, to me, IQ and Obi Toppin they just changed the whole direction to me of that franchise. I just think they're gonna say, okay, how can you not let that man play 30 minutes next year? There's no way you cannot let Obi Toppin play 30 minutes next year. It would be blasphemy. First ball, bro. It'd be blasphemy if that happened, man. So
Knicks fans ain't having it. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, if Randle come back, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just talking from inside of me as being a Knicks fan, man. If Obi Toppin is not the starting power forward next year, and we come back with Randle, if one of them can't play the three, it's no way in the world that I can see this guy coming off the bench. I can't see Obi coming off the bench, man. I can't, especially if we do start IQ. If IQ is the starter next year, there's no way that you can sit here and tell me that you trying to keep Julius Randle there, because he's not doing that. He's not doing that with IQ. You know what I mean? The ball's going to come down. IQ wave him off a couple of times, but Randle's going to want the ball, and that's going to cause conflict, man. And Randle ain't doing what Obi doing, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking nothing. Randle is a beast. Do not get anything that I'm saying wrong, but he is not what I noticed from a lot of the fans. You know what I mean? When we talk, we want to see youth, and we want to see athleticism. And you got that both in Obi Toppin right now, and he's not going to do nothing but get better. He's probably in Terrytown right now, shooting jump shots, shooting threes. He's probably in Terrytown right now, chucking up some threes, him and IQ.
Yeah, you know what? I think for me, if IQ, he gave you 34 last night.
Yep.
And IQ gave you 34-10. I just need him to give me half of that. Just give me half of that. That means he would be averaging 17, 5, and 6. Give me half of what you did last night, and I'll be happy. You know what I mean? That'd be like 35, 5, and 6, man. I just think that, you know what, when the last time we had a point guard start for Knicks average 17 points a game? It wasn't last year, wasn't the year before, wasn't the year before that, wasn't the year before that. Until last one I can remember was Derrick Rose in 2018. He averaged 18 points for the season, him, Porzingis, and Carmelo Anthony. I think that year Derrick Rose averaged 18 a game. He's the last one.
It's crazy, D, you mentioned his name, because we see all these players. We didn't even mention D Rose.
Right.
D Rose is still there, so it's like we got all these guards. It's telling you, it's a lot of decisions to make with this team. It's not going to be easy, neither. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of feelings gonna be hurt. Telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? It's time. It's time to ride with him, though. I think as a Knicks fan base, while a lot of us guys been Knicks fan for a long time, we have. I haven't seen a Nick young core like this since when they had Raymond Felton, Chandler, Miles Goff. You know, like all them young guys at that time.
Damn,
I haven't seen
Moscow.
yeah,
Forgot
yeah.
about him.
Yeah, and Wilson Chandler and them guys, you know, like a lot of them guys who went in the Mellow deal, you know what I mean? Um, and so to have a young core like this here, which we haven't seen in almost what 10 years, almost something like that now, 9 years. You know, it looks like it's got to really be special to have some young talent like this here, KJ. I mean, they just young, talented. Obi Toppin finally they done unleashed the Kraken now. However you want to call it, they done unleashed the Kraken. There's no way Obi Toppin sits on the bench for the Knicks next year. If they do, and I'm a Tibbs guy, but you got to fire him. If Tibbs cannot come back next year with Obi Toppin on the bench, I don't care what nobody say. You know, that would be insane. That'd be insane.
Yeah, I just like I said, hey Shy. I believe it's the pressure. The pressure is built up in New York City right now, guys. And I believe they're hearing our voices, and they would hear our voices this year if things don't go well with the Julius Randle situation. I think Julius hears it, and I just believe that the Knicks, the front office, will answer what we know, and we believe that Julius Randle will be better off somewhere else. It's too much right now. It's too much. They're looking at these tapes like us. They looking like all the tapes. They're gonna look at all 82 games, and they're gonna see these last 30 something games and say, or 15 games and say, you know what? That's the type of Knicks basketball we need in New York City right now. That's the winning basketball we need. Let's replace this and fill these two places in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's only right, man. To me, it's only right. Yeah. I know it, man. It was sitting on the shelf for a while, so I'm gonna bring it up. We about to close it out. So yeah, man. But yeah, you know what? I really think so on this here level, man. We have to go in that direction, man, because I just do think that we got too much young good talent here on this team. And if you look at like the box score from last night for the New York Knicks, man, which was really impressive to me. You look at these guys, man. Jericho Sims plus 27, 14 rebounds, bro. 14 and 11 defensive rebounds, you know, 2 steals. And Obi Toppin 42 plus 8, 10 rebounds. I mean, you know, 3 assists, 16 for 28. He shot 6 from 14 from the 3-point line. That's damn near 40-something%, bro. You know what I mean? Alex Burks had a plus 24, but he was efficient, 4 for 7, 2 for 4. Had 6 rebounds, 8 assists. Good game for him last night. Evan Fournier 6 points, -1. He didn't have a good game at all yesterday. Only went 2 for 11. He had 5 assists though, 3 rebounds. Pretty different from that. But right here was where it was at though. Plus 23, 34 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, 4 from 11, 12 for 26, 6 from 8 from the Chatty stripe. He normally don't miss them 2, and everybody else was minus. But that to me, had to have 8 guys on a team and go out there and win by 11 with 8 guys and 2 of your main guys who you expect. What did I say on the pregame? I said Obi Toppin and Emmanuel quickly had 20 points that night. The Cats almost doubled it. You know what I mean? That was super impressive. And I think now you add Mitchell Robinson up here, you add Cam Reddish in here for the 4-8 spot. You put Quickly there, and you put RJ in there. Man, listen, it's a wrap. I think it's a wrap. So I was really excited about the way it went down last night. Shot Powers, that box score was real dope though.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that we look at now, and we hope that you know, these guys could continue this for the next year. I'm hoping that these guys go out this year and you know, they lift some weights. They you know, if they want to add on a little bit of poundage, put some more muscle on or something like that, and be prepared for next year. I also believe that IQ. I'll say it again, and I think IQ is going to be a big fixture. The key to unlocking these New York Knicks, and I believe his whole game will change a little bit next year. I think he'll have a more head up about him because he's starting to do that now. He used to dribble and not really look around. He wanted to make sure where the ball was going to be to when he dribbles the ball. Now he's going to be with his head on a swivel. He's going to be looking for guys, and if you got a whole bunch of young guys rolling with him, they're all going to eat, man. He's going to make sure people eat, man. He wants his team to be better, and that's what you want out of a point guard. You want someone that wants to push the pace and make your team better. And he's showing improvement, man. His points is up, his rebounds is up, and he also his assists is up. So it's just something to look forward for the next year. And you know, if we're not looking for a point guard, I think that we got the point guard right here in our hands, man. We just got to make sure we surround him with some players that he wants to play with.
Yeah, fact.
Hey.
KJ, real quick, let's talk about the other guy that we kind of we haven't seen them in a while, but because of who he is, Cam Reddish. I think what that kid could do with a basketball to me, and when he had a chance to do in New York, if he come into the off season and recover from that shoulder injury fully and get in there and get back to working, man, I'm really looking forward to seeing that young man get down for the Knicks next year. I think Cam Reddish is going to shock a lot of people in the contract year for real.
You know, the one thing that impressed me about Cam Reddish when he did play was he looks bigger out there on the court. And what I mean is, we know he's 6'8", but his defense was impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even mind him not shooting the ball well just right yet, but some of the things that he can do, penetrate to the hole, make his teammates better. But the defense for me was really what got me saying we could use this guy and we could use him as the backup 3 to RJ Barrett, because that's the one thing we need, another wing defender. And we have that in him. You know, again, like I said, we were talking about bringing Kelly Oubre in here. But we got a guy like Cam Reddish that can either come off the bench or start with RJ Barrett. And to me, that's what's needed. And I like the fact that he provided that service for the games he did. But unfortunately, his season was cut short due to injury. Which imagine if we would have had him now playing all those games, we'd have been like, man, this is really going to be something with him and RJ. We talking about IQ and topping.
That's what I was saying.
Right, RJ and Cam Reddish already got the chemistry. They just haven't played with each other in a while. Now they playing in the pros together. Let me tell you, man, that could be something to watch, and I'm really excited to see that tandem. How do they work along with RJ and Toppin? So I agree with you guys with that lineup. Crazy lineup, depending on what we do. You know.
Yeah. You know what? For me, I really think that this young man, when he get healthy, that's why I like when Shaw Powell and Cash Out James, we all bring up that lineup. I mean, that it's impressive, man. The kid, he talent. Even when he was at Duke, you knew that he was gonna be nice. His jump shot was crazy at Duke. He could light it up. So I think him coming into this year, next season, I'm going to say Shaw Powell, just knowing that he got a chance to get some money, he gonna go hard. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I was always interpret about moving Fournier, because of guys like Cam Reddish is there.
Facts.
You know what I mean? He gonna go hard. RJ gonna be going hard. Quickly gonna be going hard. Obi gonna be going hard. If you bring back Mitch, they gonna be going hard, man. I think that's a playoff team. I think they could make some noise in the East with the right people on the bench. So I'm really excited about Cam Reddish. I hope that he come back, like I said, healthy, and then he recover from that shoulder. But I think he really be a big part of this thing, man. And I don't know turn out, because I think him in that lineup makes a big difference with that athleticism that he has.
I said it once, I say it again, man. We have two tandems on this crew that once they interject with each other, it's gonna cause some chaos. We got IQ and OB, and I believe Reddish and RJ are going to really go hard over the summer, if not all four together, because they all seem like they all talk with each other and hang out with each other. They probably got the same lingos. A couple of them got the same handshake, all the fingers and all that stuff. So they are interlocked, man. They feel like they are a team, they're together. And to see Reddish Reddish, Randall. Reddish, RJ, IQ, and Obi. The only thing we missing right now is Mitch. I
Mhm.
mean, that's the only thing I feel I feel. I don't think I think they're going to stress him. I don't know, man. Maybe because I so want Mitch so much, but I think they're going to not get a point guard. I hope they don't go the Brunson route when we still got IQ right here and stress some of these contracts like the Noel contract, the Kemba contract, um, maybe maybe Burks contract, um, 4 or 5, definitely those players right there, those couple of players, and offer Mitch a nice little $13.5 million contract with some incentives to try to keep him here. I would have asked this question: where, if all right, hypothetically, if there's a team out there that wants Mitch, how much do you think they would offer Mitch to get him to their team?
I think
Do you think we can match what they offer? What do you think Mitch would be on the open market?
I think Mitch get. I would think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Mitch gonna get about 15 to 16.
Mhm.
Right. That's where I was at.
I think he'll get
Exactly.
about 15, 16.
I think he could probably get 15. I think some people say like 17, 19. I love Mitch. I would love for Mitch to get that for him and his peoples and all that other stuff, but I don't think an NBA team is ready to pay Mitchell Robinson 18, 17, 18, 19 million dollars.
Do you think it's because of talent or injury? Because
I,
here's the reason why I say that. What about the other NBA teams say, you know what? I can imagine that dude playing with my point guard. You know what I mean? See, it seemed like Mitch might be getting shortcut because he on the Knicks and we don't have that official point guard who can.
Fact.
Let's say if he was playing with a Chris Paul. You know what I mean?
oh man,
Mitchell Robinson might look a whole lot different. You know what I
hell
mean?
yeah.
He might be a 17 and 20 dude. You never know. I'm just saying because we never had a point guard like you always say. We never had a point guard to give Mitch that basketball. Can you imagine if we had a top-notch point guard these last 3 years or whatever? I think Mitchell Robinson numbers would be much better than they are. But so I do agree with you, Shop Howard. I think and KJ it'd be 15, 16, but I can see somebody like a Miami or something like, you know what? I'm gonna pay this man 17 million because you know why? He's gonna help deliver me a championship and we get that money back. I think you put Mitch at the 5 in Miami with Bam Adebayo at the 4, Jimmy Butler at the 3. It's game over. It's game over with Tyler Hero and all these guys.
Mm.
And so I think a lot of teams might look at is really how important he is to that team. But Rob, y'all right though. The injury part of it is what's keeping him back. But I think that he's gonna get 15, KJ. So I think it might be a gimme with that.
Yeah, he got more durable at the end of the year. A couple times
Sure
he
did.
played again that, but he's getting stronger. Like just the way he came in the NBA, the way he's now, and the guy's been getting paid peanuts for his productivity. So the man wants, and I agree. Like anybody will want if you're producing, you owe it a crazy contract, and he's probably going to get it. Now, is what the Knicks going to do? How does he want to be here? That's the thing. If Mitchell Robinson really wants to be with New York Knicks, he will work something out with them.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it work before if you want it. But hey, kudos to him. Go get your money, young man. Go get it. Because like I said, that opportunity might be there one time to get it. This might be your window to get it. If you go get it, go get it. But I'd rather you get it here if you can make it happen.
I'm not 100% sure of this. I think let me just say it. I think we're the only team that can offer Mitchell Robinson 5 years. I don't think another team can offer him 5 years. I think we can offer him 5 years on his contract. I think if we extend him, I think it's 5 years. I'm not 100% sure about that.
I think he's unrestricted though.
But I'm saying it can't. If we offer him the extension, I think we could pay him more than another team because of the years, maybe, or maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Mitch. I put like this here. Anybody can give him, I guess, whatever the Knicks give him, somebody else can give him because he's unrestricted. So no, even the Knicks give him 5 years, somebody else can give him.
They
5
can
years.
match it.
They can match.
Right. Can they offer him 5 years though? I think don't we own his bird rights or something like that? Can we offer him the additional year? They would have to offer 4 years plus, but we could offer 5 years straight. I'm not sure. Let me just.
I think the only reason not because the Knicks let him go into restricted free agency.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think
Maybe
they
I'm
let
wrong
him.
then.
I think if they would have
Signed him early in the year. Remember we had a certain date to sign him, and we missed that date, and we said, "Oh well."
Yeah. So now by I think by June 22nd, if I'm not mistaken, he comes to reach. You're right, Kay. They had to sign him for a certain time. He said, "Shaw's right, cash out. There you go." So cash
Yeah.
out, right? Yep, he right. Yep. Mitch had. He said, "Shaw's right." Yeah. So yeah, they could sign him for 5 years.
Oh,
I don't know if the Knicks will give it to him.
right. That would make the difference. I think it would be 5 straight years, right? We could offer him 5 years, 5 straight years. It wouldn't be no 4 years and a plus. We could offer him five. Other teams could probably offer him 4 years, maybe with
Right.
another extension.
Yep.
But
That's how it
I
works.
thought because I think that's the only way that we can offer him more money. We could get him at more money. It'd be a lesser paycheck, but we could give him more money in the extended 5 year or
So
something
do
like
you
that.
think of a team? Do you think of a team say, Mitch, we give you 4 years, 100 million,
Ooh, he out of here.
right? Or even if a team say, Mitch, we give you 4 years, let's say 4 years, 80 million. Do the Knicks let him walk? That's 20 million a year.
Yeah.
Or they say
I,
60
I,
million, 4 years, 60 million. Would you do if they say 4 years, 60 million? Would you give them 4 years, 5 years, 80 million?
I would do
five.
that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it, I was looking at it like
That'd be 60 a year.
13.5. You know what I mean? And they could offer him 15. Oh, that's what you said. 6 years. That's like 4 years, 60 million. That's 50. That's like 16 a year. Yeah, if we could offer him 13.5 and give him that extension, yeah, he would make more money if he stayed here. Voice is so cracked.
Yeah, catch us. Yeah, he gonna Nick's not matching nothing more than 60. Yep. So
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what
think so.
so. Yeah, it's tough like that with that man. I think him playing with Emmanuel quickly would have seen a different Mitchell Robinson. I just think that Emmanuel quickly gets in the hole way better than Burks and all them cats. And I think he would have made Mitchell Robinson game more sweeter next year. I think, but like Tibbs want him back. Tibbs want him. You know what I mean? So it all depends what him and the agent gonna do. You know what? Let's hope he don't do a Nerlens Noel though. You see how Noel screwed himself, turned down that money from Dallas years ago. He never got that $80 million back. You know what I mean? Hope Mitch don't let because this is Mitch Fish agent. He done have 5 agents already. So let's hope that the agent he got now, and know what? Not only that, I think Mitch do realize this here though. He loved playing with RJ and them. You see the love he got for that team, and I think when you got love for guys like that, and a coach believes in you as well, I think that plays a part in it. I mean, he had his own little show in New York, the Block Party, but so we'll see. But he's another guy that's going to be interested in going in the off season, and we had to see how that go.
Who do you think? Who do you think would be our center then? Would we go out to pursue somebody?
I think whatever they do, they're gonna do it. Yeah, I think so. Whatever they do, they're gonna do a sign and trade. I think Nick's gonna definitely try to sign a trade if they don't extend them. Nick's gonna not, like Keith said, they're not gonna let him walk for nothing. That would be blasphemy. You let that man walk for nothing. So I think with the Knicks, that's what I said. The Knicks might move some contracts if they have to give him a sign and trade. Yeah. And see, Bridget, I'm with you on that, man. If I don't have a problem with that 5 years because Mitchell Robinson, like I said, you talking about what $16 million a year, and my man, I'm not saying he Rudy Gobert, but Rudy Gobert will be making $20 million more than Mitch.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So you can't tell me Mitchell Robinson ain't worth no $16 million. Rudy Gobert getting $45 million, bro. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. Rudy Gobert is a leader what he do, but still, he getting double the money, Mitch, almost triple the money, Mitch. If you gave Mitch $15 million, Rudy Gobert making 3 times that. 15, 30, 45, something of that nature, whatever. $203 million for 5 years. I mean, I'm like, yo, You know,
Hey.
so that's why I said Mitchell Robinson is worth that money, man. To me, and I agree with Remy there, man, because I think him with Manuel quickly could be a different story in New York. Now he playing with a point guard, somebody who plays like a point guard. Because there'd be many times when Mitch run down court, Shaw Powell and KJ, and if you spin him in the lane and back him up, he got my man posted up under the basket. They never give him that ball. Throw it down, and you already got the man pinned up under the rim. But see, a point guard to see that. You know, you look at the way my man throw that ball to Obi Toppin. A man who quickly see Robinson running down court and then he's spinning the lane and post up under the basket, spread them arms and lock that dude behind his back under that rim. When he get the ball, he got to do it, throw reverse.
That's it.
He got athletic, and I think that a point guard might change the whole. I hate to see Mitchell go to somebody who got a point guard like that. We're gonna be like, man, we should have kept that dude.
Yeah, I said that. I say it all the time, man. The only reason why we may not have signed Mitch already because we never had a point guard to really blow up Mitch, to make Mitch, to really put him as a center. I mean, like you said, if we could have had a Chris Paul here, I mean, if we could have had any durable guard here, really to come down and set him. They don't even have to set him up. You just have to have a guard that penetrates, draw the defense, and lob it right up to him. And it would be so perfect right now to see IQ doing that for him, man. I believe IQ could get him at least at four assists a night. You know what I mean? I think he could get him the ball 4 times a night, and I think just from IQ, aside from his offensive rebounds, I think he could get 8 points just from IQ.
Right. Exactly. I just Shao, the whole thing with Mitchell Robinson is can he we seen Mitchell Robinson used to go down and he'll be hurt. And it's like we didn't know what he was gonna do this year, and he proved that he could stay on that court. So again, to me, Mitchell Robinson is gonna take the highest suitor. And if a guy they gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna come in. He wants to get paid. He only be making
Facts.
$1.8 million. He's been making.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. Like, it's time to get paid. Like, I would want to get paid.
And the Knicks played them too, man. The Knicks played them twice. The Knicks did when they had another year to pay him, they could have gave him a $5 or $7 million deal a year or so ago. They could have extended him double up his money, triple up his money, and on top of that, they signed Noel. You know what I mean? Mitch been here all this time, and Noel just getting here, and the next year he gets a $10 million contract. I'm hoping that we could just offer him something, and Mitch feels that he wants to be a Knick. But if somebody offer him 15, 17 million, yeah, I think Mitch is out of here.
Right.
Yeah. Let me ask a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. So something on Knick Real Talk Family we wanted to do for you guys. You know how the NBA, they give out their grades.
Right.
We want to give out our flowers to our New York Knicks basketball team. And as Devon and Shama asked you, a couple questions. Who's our MVP? Who's our 6th man of the year? And who's our comeback player of the year on this New York Knicks team?
Okay. MVP, I had to go with RJ Barrett. I think he's the MVP for the Knicks last year. This year, 20 points a game. Improved in a lot of categories. Without RJ, the way he played the second half of the season, so I got to say he's my MVP.
Who's the 6th man of the year for the team?
6th man of the year, I'm gonna have to go with Emmanuel Quickly.
And who's our comeback player of the year?
Comeback player of the year, Mitchell Robinson.
Our defensive player of the year on the Knicks team.
Mitchell Robinson.
Okay. How about you, Sha?
Read them off to me again.
Who's our MVP of this New York Knicks team, all 82 games? Who you got?
MVP for the year, RJ Barrett.
Who's our 6th man of the year?
IQ.
Who's our defensive player of the year?
Mitchell Robinson.
Who's our comeback player of the year?
Comeback player of the year. Let's see who came back from something, and Evan Fournier. He came back from a terrible beginning of the season. He came back from
I
a
got
terrible
okay.
beginning of the season. He came back and
That's
took the Knicks shooting title that hasn't been broken in 25 years.
hey. So we got a co-MVP for me. I know we've been talking about Julius Randle, but Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. Julius Randle was a double machine for us all year round.
Facts.
Can't take them from the man. So we co-MVP RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. But on Knicks Real Talk Family, we doing one. I'm going with RJ Barrett, just from what I've seen from him. To be real with you.
Yeah, because Randle, he can't be. I mean, he had a bad year. His year was worse than it was last year. RJ was better than it was the year before. So
yeah, but don't forget RJ in the beginning of the year. We hey Devon, we asked the question. We said this is I forgot what stream we was on early in the year when RJ wasn't really shooting well. We said, would you guys extend RJ now with the way he's playing? We said we all gotta wait. We gotta see.
Who said that? I didn't say that.
I might have said that.
You ready to pay RJ? You ready?
Absolutely.
I might have said
what
that.
RJ gonna be. I don't go by what a person doing 20 games. I go by what they do in the career. I ain't worried about RJ in the beginning of the season. I know how he's gonna end up. I don't worry about him.
And don't get it twisted. I think RJ needs to get paid, man. And I don't want them to not pass this year on. I want them to pay him. I just hope RJ will take a little less, you know what I mean, and hope in the near future he could get that super max.
Right.
Because if he could give us 30 million 5 years or something like that, or something under 30 million or so, I think with some of that money that we paying him, we might can finagle that and get a couple of guys in and pay him a little.
You know what? To be honest, really, you can. I think that to be honest, you can pay whoever you want to. Because you could sign him over the. You could sign him.
Right, you can sign because I think it's a. Why I keep thinking it's
the 149 this year. Anyway,
150. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought it was like really, the luxury tax and all that, right? Yeah.
You can get the player who you went ahead and sign RJ last because you know he gonna get he can go over. You know what I mean? They could Knicks usually do their salary cap is 120, 122 next year, and still give him $25 million over the cap.
Right to go to
yeah. But I think KD. Only reason I said he was MVP because he 20 points a game. I mean, he averaged 20 a game. That's at the end of the year he averaged 20 a game. Julius Randle averaged 20.1. He averaged 20.0. I think that Julius Randle regressed this year. That's why I'm not giving him the MVP over RJ because he regressed. RJ didn't regress; he got better. So that's the only reason I'm not giving him the MVP. I think Julius Randle, especially coming off a 24-11 year, All-Star, All NBA third team, most improved player, and an All-Star, and then you come in this year and you just
laying egg like that.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, lay egg. That's the best terminology.
So it's kind of like, damn, like imagine if we wouldn't pay Julius and we just let him go. We would trade him last year, and it was like, but I understand why we did. We had to pay him, just like Noel. We wanted to run it back. We wanted to see what we could do, but they struck out. But my sixth man, was Alec Burke.
Facts. That's a good one.
Okay. Alec Burke called the duties. He was full quarter Burke when he came off the bench. He started starting. And we was like, yo, we need to start him at the point guard. We said this before, but hey, it worked out for us. I didn't know how it was going to work out for us.
You some starting now. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Alec Burke. Yep. And then of course, Shy, you took my man Evan Fournier, the comeback king, who we still made. Let me tell you, Evan Fournier will be a great piece off the bench. He'll be a great piece off that bench, man. But again, I know some of us will say, well, no way the Knicks is going to pay somebody paying $19 million to don't come off the bench. Hey, man, the Knicks been paying people for years, not even playing it. So what's another $19 million in New York City to sit there? Like, come on. I mean, it's going to make the team better. Hey, why not? So kudos to Evan Fournier.
Let me show you something right quick, and that way we can look at let's look at their numbers, and I want to go with keep thing there. Randall played 72 games. RJ played 72. RJ played 1 minute less than Julius Randle, 1 field goal less than Julius Randle, same field goal attempts, same field goal attempts. He shot 411, RJ shot 408. He shot 1.73 point at RJ 2. 3-point attempts 5-4, 5-8. Julius Randle shot only 30% from the three-point line this year. RJ shot 42%, 34. I'm going to say he shot 30%. RJ shot 34%. 2.5 point, same amount. 2-point percent, he was 45%. He was 44%. Efficiency, RJ had a better efficiency than Randle this year. Same foul text, about the same. He was only 4 points better than RJ. We knew that was his Achilles heel. Offense rebounds, Julius Randle's a better rebounder. Assists, he had 2 more than RJ Barrett. He had 4 more rebounds more than RJ Barrett, with 3, because he had 8-2. He had 4.9, which is 5. Assists, 2 less than RJ, 2 more than RJ. Steals, same thing. Blocks, same thing. Turnovers, 3.4, 2.2. Personal foul, 2.8, 2.0. And they both got 20 points per game. That's why I said RJ was the MVP to me. He had his number just as good as Julius Randle, and he shot a better 3-point ball than he did. And even though he shot the free throw line wasn't good, he only shot out. Julius Randle had a down year. He had a down year this year. So that's why I said I figured he would be mine, because I think his year was just as better. Randle had a bad year, guys. Let's call it like you see it. I mean, the cat shot only 41% from the floor. And RJ shot 408. He shot 411. RJ shot 408. 3 percentage points cheaper. So they had about the same year, but you expect that out of RJ. You shouldn't expect that out of Julius Randle, who just went 24-11 the year before, was the MVP, a most improved player, All-Star, and All NBA 13. And his numbers were just like RJ this year. That's why I don't think that was the same thing. So they both wasn't great, but I think RJ number, for him to come into his 3rd year on the ascend, and Julius Randle already ascended and stepped back, RJ tried to come ahead. That's why I gave it to RJ. His numbers were just, Julius Randle, his numbers wasn't there this year, man. Too much stuff going on. Whether he have a new kid, whether he got the contract, he got his contract, he got his bad contract year. You do that in your contract year. You put up crazy numbers in your contract year so you can get your money. Why you think Mitch having a good year? More hustle, more effort. He got to get his money. So he in a contract year, he gonna try to show and prove he worth the next contract, what you supposed to do. So now that Julius Randle he fell off this year. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's the only reason it's tough to hope. And that's why I think a lot of other things people down on him. His numbers are down all across the board in a lot of categories, especially the 3-ball. And the 3-ball pretty much is it. And the scoring, the field goal percent scoring, he only shot 40%. You want them guys to shoot like 40, at least 45, close to 50% from the 2-point line. He definitely didn't do that this year. None of them did. Remember, I said, KJ, I thought that all the Knicks had a bad shooting year. From that field goal percentage wise, he was 411, 408. Evan Fournier was 417. Burks was 391. He didn't even shoot 40% from the floor. Mr. Robinson had the best, 7.6. Kemba Walker 4.3. Derrick Rose, he was close, 45%. You know what I mean? Amanda Quickly was down. Nerlens Noel, he didn't play enough. Todd Gibson had 551. So a lot of them was down. A lot of them numbers were down. You know what I mean? And that's why we got to be careful with the Julius Randle. That's why I'm wondering why a lot of stuff happened with all the other theatrics that went on. It just made it look like a bad year. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what's top of it all is worse, guys, because he got the bag. That's why the fans is upset. They're upset because you got your money, you didn't produce, and then you're going to tell us to go SUFSTUFP and throw your thumbs down. So it was tough with Julius this year, man. Hope he can get over it. Hopefully, if he come back next year, he don't have to go through all that stuff. But I think he'd get in the gym and get. I think he'd get in the gym and get better, though. I think he'll work on his game. Julius Randle's a talent, so I think he will go in the off season. Like he's one of those guys that you can really say that being an off season getting busy. He really puts his work in. So let's hope that if he's going to be a Knick, he go in the off season, put his work in, and get the numbers back to where he had them last year. 24-11, shooting a 39, 40, almost 40% from the 3-point line, 40, almost 50% from the floor. Walking double. I mean, he was killing it last year, man. Julius Randle was on fire last year, but I just think this year with the addition of Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker and everything else with the having, have wife having a new kid right getting the season started and all that expectations on his shoulder. But he's a gym rat, like he said, he's a gym rat, man.
Mhm.
Julius Randle goes in there and puts in work. Like I said, I think Julius Randle put this franchise on his back last year. It wasn't for Julius Randle, the Knicks wouldn't even sniff the playoffs last year. We'd have been a lottery team last year, wasn't for Julius Randle. You know what I mean? But this year is a different year though, and he
wouldn't have been here neither.
Right.
If he ain't did what he did, would have Obi would have had that spot by now.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
he did what he did. Kudos to him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, man. But that's something Knicks got to deal with next year going in that, man. I'm looking forward to the draft. I'm really seeing what they're gonna do in there. I know, like I said, the Shaw's boy, they had the Knicks projected on this board anyway. They had the Knicks projected to get number 10, Benedict Mathurin, Arizona guard. I know Cy Powell's big on him, man. We was talking about him.
I like him because he's we already got a gluttony at guards right now, and if we shed some guards, but he's a big guard. He's about 6'7". He can drive the ball. He got good IQ. He's not a real great shooter, but coming into the New York Knicks training camp, into the with the coaching from the New York Knicks training camp, I believe his shooting could get better. I like him. It's a couple of the. I don't know what the Knicks will do with this pick, if they will get I want them to get a center only if Mitch. It's not too many. There's some okay centers here.
Yeah, my man Jalen Duren.
Yeah, it's some decent centers here, but are you gonna have two rookie centers, a second year and a first year, to be your starter and your backup?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I hope we can hold on to Mitch, man. We can hold on to Mitch and have Jericho Sims come off the bench. That is a 1-2 punch. That's a 1-2 punch for you right there, man.
Oh man, there go my favorite one right here, bro. Number 3, Detroit, taking my man Jabari Smith.
Oh man, that would be something to get him.
Him and Obi Toppin would be nasty in New York, bro. they would be nasty in New York. Him and my man Jabari Smith.
To me, it's all about what the ping pong balls for, man.
Yeah, man, we could get lucky. This might be the year.
We get one of them top 5 picks for Jordan, get the Jordan Ivy. That because I say it's only a certain amount of guys that the Knicks will go get in this draft.
And
like an Ivy, yes.
If they trade Mitchell Robinson, you know what you got to think about? My man from Duke, Mark Williams.
I said that too.
Yeah, the center.
I said that too.
Mm-hmm. He'd be another guy that another. But yeah, I think we got a 10th pick, but you never know. We got a 7% chance. You never know. We can't go no lower than 10 no matter what. See, that's a good thing about it. We can't get no draft lower than 10, but that don't mean we can't go higher than 10.
Well, we own another one too, though. So we gonna get them too. We got the 10, and we gonna get someone else too in that first round.
I don't think we own but one pick this year. We only own one. Because I think we gave that pick away in the Cam Reddish trade.
For Charlotte?
Yeah, that Charlotte 2021 we got last year. We gave that to Atlanta for Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
And
we got we got Cam Reddish and a second round pick from Brooklyn, I think it was, for like 26 or something like that. 20.
Because we got 4 second round picks, right? I thought we owned
one first and 4 seconds.
Okay.
The next year we got 2 first and 4 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So I do think, but you know what? That's a good thing about him. We Brock Olick and Wheeling deal something, man. He'll make something happen, because like I said, we not guaranteed to keep that pick, but then we might not. You never know who might go on that team, and especially if you mess around and get up in the top 5.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun though. But I do like the chance of getting somebody good on. But we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be interesting in a couple of months. Obviously we got to get through May and June. The lottery is May 17th. I think May 7th and May 17th, one of them. And we'll see where we fall, man. And hopefully the ping pong ball serve us well, and the card flip the right way. You know what I mean? But I think I don't matter where we at. I think Walt Perrin gonna definitely do a good job of getting the talent we need.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not worried about. That's why
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about a spot. I wasn't worried about it. I'd rather for the Knicks to win out than lose to get a gain a spot or two. When I know that we had Walt Perrin there to make that draft pick for us. I mean, you look at what he drafted for us last year, the year before. I mean, come on, kid brought us Obi Toppin, IQ, Grimes, quickly, Rokas,
Jericho Sims.
yeah, all of them get Jericho Sims. Yeah, he's got a nose for talent, and I think we're gonna be all right in the draft. That's one thing I can say. Shot Powers, out of all the years I've been watching Nick, this is one of the first time in a long time I can say we really got a front office. We got an NBA front office, not just a bunch of I know this guy because he's my friend or blah blah blah. You know, it's because these guys are basketball life. They know the game. Like you went and got Walt Perrin from Utah. You went and got Brock Aller from Cleveland. You went and brought in Worldwide West and them on the outside, but you still have Scott Perry, who's been a staple around the league for years. Detroit, Sacramento, Orlando. So you got basketball minds up in there. You got my man. I can't beat my main Zane. Zane out of there. Klein and all the guys. They got basketball minds in the front. That's why I'm not worried about too much. And that's probably the reason why we looking pretty good the way we look now, because we finally got a front office that all are basketball NBA talent professional guys. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this front office got a whole lot to do this off season, man, and how they work these picks out. I mean, how they work these draft picks out, and we got a couple of picks, man. I don't know if we could bring all these guys back. We may bring one or two. We might take the ones in the latter part of the second round or whatever. But however it works out, man, these guys have been doing a good job in picking and prying players for the last couple of years. So, like you said, I am not worried about this front office this time, man. This is not something where years ago we would trade away IQ, McBride, Deuce, everybody. We trade all the young guys and go get Kevin Love. That we're not going to do this year, and that's what I'm thankful for, to see these guys that we got in the front office, wheeling and dealing, getting players that we're talking about today that came from late first rounds and second round picks, aside from Opie.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me ask you a question. Would y'all do Kevin Love for Julius Randle and Kemba Walker?
Yep.
A couple of picks. Or maybe one pick. I ain't doing two, but
isn't he on an expiring contract? He only got us 1 year left, right? I'll do it.
Yes, sir.
I'll do it in a beat. Yeah. He coming off the bench too. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, man. I like that. Now, that's a move I don't have no problem with whatsoever, because you need a playoff caliber type of guy. But that's the type of player we talking about. You get a power forward like him, and that would be nice, because like you said, once that money come off the books, now you got rid of that whole Randall contract, and you take a Randall somewhere where he can flourish with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, and I don't know what they do with marketing or whatever, but I do think you got a lot of scenarios where you can help the Knicks out if we can take Randall and maybe back a couple of Spirans contract or something. That way, once 7 years is up, they off the books, and then we back to square one. Now we really got Cam Reddish and RJ money. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I'm hoping them the type of move they try to do. I don't know what they're gonna do. They might not trade nobody. They might run everybody back. The Knicks might run well back. They might run everybody except for Kemba. They might run everybody back except for Kemba. They might say, you know what? The reason why we're not where we at, because but the only problem I have with that is that you're gonna don't do it to the detriment of them young boys, because them young boys out there balling.
It is. The last thing that I hope for, that I don't hope for, is that they bring everybody back, because that's going to shut down Grimes. That's going to shut down. You really ain't going to see Deuce now. You ain't going to see Grimes. You ain't going to see IQ in the starting lineup. Obi is going to be back into the second unit again, getting under 15 minutes a game. That's not what I want to see with this team this year, man. I don't want to see that. I hope is not what's on the front office mind, right, to keep all these guys, relinquish some of these guys, get at least 4 of these guys off the card. The Noel, the Kemba, maybe Burks, Taj, maybe maybe D Rose. You know, we got to get some of those guys off so we can see some of these young guys that we keep hollering for. You know, if we keep Burks, we're not going to see Reddish. And I
Mhm.
mean,
Right.
Reddish minute, we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna fit Reddish in. If D Rose is here, we gonna. I mean, we're not gonna see Deuce. Deuce is just gonna be in the G League again next year. So a couple of these guys move, open up. excuse me, a couple of rotational
But
spots. Thank you. A couple of rotational spots, and that's what we need to do right now. We need to open some rotational spots to let these young guys run them up.
But listen, we have about 9 minutes left. I'm gonna ask you guys when I put out you give me a grade for the year, the whole year, and I put the numbers out there. KJ Julius Randle grade for the year, 20 points a game, um, nine rebounds, 5 assists.
B
What
minus,
what you got? B minus.
B minus.
What about you, Shao?
I'm gonna say a B for the work that he put in on the floor with the 20, 10, and 5. But I give him a F for just like he gave the fans a F with the thumbs down.
Okay. I'm gonna go C plus this year for me. I'll go C plus Julius Randle. D Rob's got F. He wasn't playing.
Just because it's hard to do, man. I mean, it's NBA, man. You still, I mean, but besides his attitude, but the overall play with him, that's why I gave him that grade.
And here's another thing too. Where the C plus coming to me. Wrong time turnovers, forcing the basketball, making turnovers at the wrong time, not
Facts.
slacking on defense. I
Facts.
seen that boy take off so many defense plays this year. It kind of got on my nerve. So that I think that, I'm with you, Joe. I think he got C minus because the Julius Randle he wasn't his head wasn't in the game this year, guys. And I think if his head was in the game, we might be in the playoffs right now. So that's why I'm C plus. I think his 12, 10, and 5 that's Julius Randle. He's supposed to do that. I just think that his head wasn't in the game like it could this year. Maybe it could be a lot of reasons why. So Jarvis got C minus. Evan Fournier, what you got? KJ.
Evan Fournier, boy, woo, on the spot. Evan Fournier gets a C plus for me.
I'm about with that. I'm with that. I'm about right there.
I'm C plus also.
Yeah, me too. I'm about right there. He came into the first half of the season. Had a little. I mean, don't get me wrong. Coming right out of the Olympics, soon as you come off the Olympics, you go right to the Knicks. You moving your family to New York. You're trying to get acclimated to the city. I do get all that. He definitely had a peaks and valleys season. But in the second half, he turned it around. 3-point ball shot. He probably shot the best 3-point ball on the team this year. He started coming around, but I think because of the way because of what happened in the first half and his defense, that's why I put him at the C plus. Not a bad year. But I think we could have got more out of him. For me, Meltdown. D. Ross got B for him. So Alex Burks, KJ.
Alec Burks, another guy, man. Alec Burks gets a B plus for me.
It's the B. I've been calling him that all year. So he gets a solid B for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Alex Burks. I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna give him a B plus. Because he came in there and played the point guard spot in New York, we didn't have nobody, and he did hold it down. He didn't do too bad. His shooting percentage wasn't that great, but he still got us 11 points a game. His assist numbers was only 3. That was the bad part. His numbers wasn't good, but for him to try to man a point guard in New York when we didn't have any after Derrick Rose went down, I'll give him his flowers, man. He came in and did what he could do. So I'll go with D. Ross got a B. I'll go with a B plus on that. Then let's go to Mitchell Robinson. 72 games, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 1.8 blocks, shot 76% from the floor. He wasn't missing nothing. So,
all dunks.
Yeah, right. And put backs and offense rebounding was a juggernaut. What you got on him, KJ?
I give him a B plus.
I think I'm going with you on that. Again, Shot Powers.
I'm a homer for Mitch, so I give him an A plus, man. From coming back from being 200 and some odd pounds out of shape to coming back to getting a game where he had 8 block shots, I give him an A plus all day.
I'm gonna have to change mine. I'm gonna have to kind of agree with you guys. I think I'm gonna go to an A. because he was playing some good ball for the Knicks this year, man. It wasn't in foul trouble. Had to play a extended minute because Nerlens Noel wasn't doing good, and Jericho Simmons wasn't quite ready at the time. And even when Todd had to stay out a couple of times, so I think I'm gonna go with you on that with that A. I think I can give him that A minus, just like Parrish. Rather I go A minus like Parrish. D-Rod said B. Kemba Walker, straight F for me. I ain't gonna that's straight F.
How about an incomplete, man? Incomplete. All right.
Okay, you can have that, buddy. Jarvis said A minus. Oh, he must be talking about Mitch.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna do Kimba like that. I think I'll get Kimba. I'm gonna get Kimba a D. I'll just give him a D.
Yes.
I'm going to give him a D plus because he did have some good games, man. He just couldn't stay consistent, man. And once they jumbled him around and his knee and all that started hurting and stuff like that, not playing the rest of the season, I got to give him I give him a D plus.
Okay, D plus. What you had, KJ?
Had an incomplete. I.
Okay, D. Ross had a C for Kimba. Okay, Emmanuel quickly. Here's his numbers. Let me give you his numbers for the season. He played 78 games, only missed 4 games. He shot for almost 40% from the floor. His number was down. He shot 34% from 3. Number was down, but points per game, he was at 8.7 points per game or 9 points a game. But his assist numbers went up from last year. Rebounding went up. So what you got, KJ?
Boy, it's iffy for me. I mean, I'm going B plus, and the reason why I'm giving IQ to B plus is the beginning. When we talk about a whole, I like the 78 games is great that he played, right? But from the beginning of the season to now, to where he's playing now, obviously be higher, but I'm giving him B plus.
I'm right along there with you. I got an A minus. I think he from the beginning of the year he mastered his skill. He didn't have D Rose to be on the court with him to help him work his way out, and he figured it out and end up with a good ending of the year. I give him an A plus because I think he should be our point guard next year. I mean A minus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with KJ. I'm gonna say B plus. I think B plus. Like Fournier, he kind of started off a little rough, but he got together in the second half, and he, like all the Knicks players, actually just about. The first half was kind of abysmal, but so I definitely give him a B plus. I think he. The reason why I'm giving him a B plus because he improved from last year. He got better. I think he got better, and that means a lot. You come into your second year. Even though you're scoring down, but you learned a lot more. You did a lot more things. And I think if you would have had a little more longer leash early in the year, he probably would have been different. So, but he had a pretty good one. That's fair. Quickly B shot was off most of the year. Then he came. Yeah, absolutely. Parrish, I got to do 100% on that one. Obi Toppin.
Another one. OB is another guy. Same thing. I'm giving him a B plus too. The same thing as IQ. Getting a year with, and great. That's granted to the minutes he's been playing, but as of lately, the things that he did on that court, obviously it'd be an A. But I mean, I'm giving him a B plus.
Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty much with you. I'm with you on D-Roz. I'm gonna say B plus as well. He came on the second half of the season, but he also improved the game, and he was asked to take on a different role this year as well, helping facilitate the team when Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose went down. And I think he did a pretty good job of that. So I would definitely give him that B plus for sure, because I think you asked him to expand his game. His defense got better. He tried to help facilitate the point guard spot in New York, which we was having a rough time with. But yeah, that was a good call. I agree with everybody on that one. Todd Gibson for me. Oh, go ahead, Shah. Oh, yeah, Shah. Manuel quickly. No, was it Obi Toppin, right?
Obi Toppin.
Great. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we'll come back to Shah. But
Okay.
you said, what was the last guy you said? Taj Gibson, right?
Todd Gibson, yeah.
Let me see. Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson is another guy. He gets a B. And the reason Taj Gibson gets the B is because he's been one of the most consistent Knicks all year round. came off that bench for us, didn't play many games, and he came back and he played again. And every time he produced, every time he got on the floor. So for me, Taj Gibson gets the B to me.
Okay. I'm gonna go C plus. Can you hear us, Sha?
Yeah, my battery died.
No, you fine. All right, let's go back. What was your grade for Manuel quickly?
A minus.
Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin, B plus.
Kimber Walker.
D plus.
All right, Taj Gibson.
Oh, Taj, the veteran Taj Gibson gets an A from me.
Okay. Jarvis got B, if I'm not mistaken. Parrish got B. I got C plus, but I'm gonna have to get it. Y'all gonna have to convince me. I'm gonna have to get it change it to a B. I agree with y'all. He did have a solid season for the Knicks. Quentin Grimes.
Quentin Grimes. Oh, go ahead, Sha.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm catching up.
Quentin Grimes for me gets a C plus.
Okay.
And the reason, go ahead, Sha. I'll tell you about
No. Go ahead. Oh yeah, I was about to say C plus too. He's about a C plus.
Okay. The reason why he gets a C plus for me, again, it's one of them things. Not enough time on that floor, but I did like what he's seen as a rookie. To me, C plus is what he's going to get right now for him.
Okay. I'm gonna go B minus. Because I think his defense was solid. His 3-point shooting was solid. And what time he did get, he showed me that he's worthy of being either a starting 2 or a backup 2 in this league. I think he's going to be nice. So I do agree with y'all, great, but I'm just going to go C, B minus, because I think that he came in and when Derrick Rose went down, he took advantage of his opportunity. He just took advantage. Like he forced him to keep me on the court. Like, you're going to have to play me. I think if he wouldn't have went down with that knee issue, I think the Knicks might have been in the play-in. I really believe he made that much of a difference on that team. Him and Cam Reddish, I think we'd have been in the play-in. So we had a consistent 3-point shooter, and we would have had another defender, and I think he could have made a difference. So I'm gonna go. What I said, B minus. I said Derrick Rose.
Incomplete.
Okay, that makes sense. I'll follow you on that one.
Yeah, I'm with y'all with that one. Yeah,
we'll skip Nerds well, because that's a straight F.
Yeah.
He got that just for taking the money.
Oh man, that's geez.
He only played 20. He played 25 games. See how much we talking about Mr. Robinson? He missed 57 games this year. 57. Mr. Robinson last year he missed 41, something like that.
But see, guys, Nolan got that contract the way he did because of what he did with Mr. Robinson went out last year.
Right.
And let me tell you, we would have had just a glimpse of that with him, man. And D Rose, we all said this team would have been off we were watching the playoffs right now.
Okay, what about we next week Jericho Sims?
C plus. He came in the beginning of the he didn't get much time, but the time that he got in here, he had a couple of exciting games, and in the last 8 to 10 games, he definitely came to his own. So if he can brush up on his footwork and get a little offensive game, so he can move up to a B, C. I mean a B or A, but I think I said C plus.
I'm giving it a B minus, man. His hands is like suction cups, man. That ball come off the rim. That boy is a rebounding king, and he started the first couple games and no Taj Gibson, but I like what I seen in him. Like again, he's another player that's smaller at his position, but he plays big out there.
Yeah, he does.
And I like what he does out there, even as a raw rookie. I like it a lot. And B minus for me.
Yeah, I think I'm with you and John. I'm gonna go C. I think he would for to be a 58 pick, man, and coming in like the last game, he had like 14, 12 rebounds. I mean, the kid is gonna be good. Oh yeah, absolutely, Jarvis. No question, brother. He gets that one this year. No question about that. He get that. He gets that. I'm with that F. I don't have no problem with that, Jarvis. Real talk. Let's go to Deuce McBride.
Deuce, I got to give him at least a C minus. From the time that we seen him on the court, a defensive-minded guy, man, had one or two games that were really exciting and stuff like that. More time on the court, I think the young man would be a bigger help for the team. But for now, I give him a C. What I say, C plus, C minus.
C minus.
C minus.
I'm with the same thing. C minus for me too. And I like Deuce, but it's one of the things we got to see more of him out there.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna give him a C plus. Here's the plus. I'm giving him a plus because of what he did in the G League. He lit
it up in the G League.
Hey, can you imagine what he gonna do in the summer league?
Oh my goodness, yeah, he lit it up in the G League this year. So I'm gonna throw that little plus in there for the G League. Yeah, and I think if we would have had a little bit more time, I think Tibbs made a mistake when he didn't let that boy play when Kemba Walker went down. I think that's the reason why he got that grade so low. I think if he would have played doing when Kemba Walker got out of the rotation, Deuce would have had a good second half of the year because he probably got acclimated to the NBA.
Sure would have.
Year. So I think I'd give him a C plus on that one. I think Cam Reddish, incomplete, 6 games, got in it. But,
yeah, that kind of sounds good for him, incomplete, because the time that as he got more time, he looked it better, and by the time he started looking like he was ready to play some real ball, he got hurt. So
right.
I don't want to give him a D, so I'm gonna say incomplete.
Okay.
Same thing for me, incomplete for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will, because I think as he started playing, he started getting better. So yeah, I agree with y'all. Incomplete. Here go the biggest one. Everybody else really don't matter. Ascendo, Damian Johnson, Wayne Sheldon. Wayne Sheldon get an F because he just took somebody's spot all year. Farian Hunt, complete. Daniel House ain't been here long enough. None of these guys.
Daniel House, wow.
The biggest grade of them all so far. Tom Thibodeau.
His grade, Tom Thibodeau, all year?
No, yeah. Tom Thibodeau grade for the year.
So, yeah, that's a good one, D. Tom Thibodeau. Go ahead, John. You go first, y'all. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna say it like this, man, because Tom has got a bad rep this year for some of the things that he's done this year. Some of the substitutions that he's done, the way he limited the playing time to some of our younger guys and stuff like that. But on the bigger picture of coming from being the coach of the year last year, Tom Thibodeau has made these players evolve. He's done better for Randall. I mean, he's done better for RJ. He's done better for IQ. He's trying to do better for Obi. And he's changed the team around. He implemented a starter into the rotation in Grimes. So he has elevated the team. I'm going to give him a B minus. I'm going to give Tom Thibodeau a B minus. I think he could be better if he has a crew, if he has a team that he wants to coach. This team that he had this year wasn't a team that he wanted to coach. I don't think he really wanted Kemba. He wasn't expecting Noel to be out. And I think Fournier, you seen in the beginning of the year, I don't think he was real high on Fournier because he used to pull him out in that fourth quarter. But I think Tibbs can be a good coach for these young guys to show them some tough love and some tutelage.
Okay.
I'm giving him a C plus, man. And here's my reason for the C plus. Because you as a coach, regardless, you got the front office, you see these players. He said it in his exit interview. You see the players every day, right? They with me, they going. But to me, he didn't identify the right plays that was supposed to be in there at the right time, certain times, like we were saying. And for me, if you would have had some of these guys in earlier in the year when we were cramming for them to play, this team would not be a 37 and 42 underachieved team that the New York Knicks was this year.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my rationale. I guess I can, and I'm gonna go B minus, and here's why. That way, let me explain my reason why I'm giving that. Let's start here. Julius Randle, 41% field goal percentage. R.J. Barrett, 40% field goal percentage. Evan Fournier, 41%. Alex Burks, 39% field goal percentage. Emmanuel Quickly, 39% field goal percentage. Just terrible numbers. Couldn't throw the ball in the ocean, none of them guys. Our main top 5, 6, 7 guys all shot under 40%. That's number one. Kemba Walker, Nerlens Noel, and Derrick Rose, MIA. That's MIA, missing in action. One of the better defense players in the league last year at the center spot, 2.5 blocks a game, was almost on an all-defense team, missing the whole year. Number one. Derrick Rose, 13 or 14 points a game last year off the bench. Key to that team going to the playoffs, lost him almost the whole second half of the year, December 8th on. All our guys shot pretty terrible from the floor. Free throws was terrible. I mean, we shot as a team this year 74% from the free throw line. That's terrible. We ain't winning games like that. You cannot leave points on the board. You can't. So then, on top of that, you know, the reason why I don't give him a high grade is the major grade because his rotations wasn't good. He kept the guys in a little bit too long when he had to, and then sometimes you can't control. If you can't control, I don't think it's 10-4 because Julius Randle the way he was. You might just can't control Julius Randle. That's just who he is. You know what I mean? But you gotta give a reason why this guy record is the way it is. We lost a lot of stuff this year, and a lot of our players did not shoot the ball well. Like I said, last year we shot as a team 40% from the three-point line last year. This year, about 35%. We went 40% last year from the three-point line down to 35%, league average this year. We stunk at the two-point field goal percentage as a team. All our big players didn't even shoot over 42%. None of them, except for Mitchell Robinson. And our free throws were terrible. I don't know if you can blame that on Tibbs. Tibbs don't shoot that basketball. Tibbs don't rebound the basketball. Tibbs don't go to the foul line and shoot the basketball. You got to take all that in consideration. Then you ask them the way these young guys are playing now, they wasn't doing do that at the beginning of the season. I think he was throwing them into the fire. So that's the only reason I'm giving them a B- because of the production that our major guys like Randall, RJ, Fournier, Alex Burks, none of them cats shot the ball well this year. None of them. Quickly didn't. Obi didn't. Well, not Obi. Obi and Mitch had the better percentage out of everybody. So, you know, and then other mistakes, yeah. So that's why I'll give a B-. That's me. I just wanted to make sure like everything sometimes we got to take it in totality, and I think our guys stunk up the joint. That's why we were giving out C's and pluses and D's and F's when somebody started.
Right.
Yeah, Randall them stunk it up. RJ, his numbers wasn't good. Fournier numbers wasn't good. Everybody talking about how Evan Fournier was doing. Evan Fournier shot 41%. So let's forget all that, how good we think he is. He shot 41% from the floor. That means when that three ball wasn't falling, he was useless. Useless. And that's why I didn't want to give him. That's why I don't want to pay him $19 million. If your 3-point shot ain't working, then your defense ain't good. Then you really useless to me. So, you know, Tibbs, I give him that B-. I mean, you know, but just because of everything he had to deal with. You know what I mean? All the injuries, all your key major players like Randall, everybody just had a terrible shooting year. And he still wound up having our defense almost a top 5 in certain categories. That's not bad. With a suspect defense team that we had, he still got our defense to be almost top 5, close to top 5 in the NBA. Yeah. But I think his decision making was kind of horrific though. That's why I can't give him an A, or I can't give him that because I think the lineups and all that stuff was. But you know, everybody agreed to I understand. I'm just pointing out the reason why I'm giving him my grade. That don't mean I'm right. That's just the reason why I choose to give him the grade I gave him. Nobody's wrong, but I just want to make sure that the Kemba Walker thing was a fiasco, was a disaster. You expecting somebody who scored 19 points a game last year to come in here and give you a spark plug that didn't even exist. You know, like I said, some of you guys just got off to a bad start, but you know what? Overall, I didn't make up for a bad season. We had a lot to learn. We're gonna get up out of here because I know all the gentlemen, we got to get to work, get on our grind tomorrow, and not everybody got to get some rest. But overall, it wasn't a bad season, man. We wish we could have been in the playoffs, but we also took away from good things in the season. A lot of young players got better. I'm looking forward to them coming back this year, next season. You know, and that's that, man. That's cool. It's understandable, Keith. Hey, man, we all agree to disagree, brother. Whether you like my takes or not, whether I respect everybody's take. Whether you don't, if you want to say attempt to F, that's fine. You can give an F 3 times, but that don't mean nobody is not right or wrong. That's we just agree to disagree. Next real talk, we try to keep it honest and peace up in here, man. We ain't throwing darts at nobody up in here. That's not what we do. But anyway, we gonna enjoy this the all season. We know we'll be back on again, man. We probably see y'all later on in the week. And we get it popping. But KJ, man, give me some thoughts before we get out of here, bro.
Hey man, Knicks season is over, but guess what? Knicks Real Talk family's not over. We still here gonna give you this content. We're gonna give you this content all the way leading up to next year. So bear with us, like, share, subscribe to streams that you've seen. Tell a friend and tell a friend. This thing is only gonna get bigger. We got some big plans lined up for the page and the channel. Continue to follow us all on all our channels. And salute Divine and Shah. It's been a pleasure bringing this Nick content with y'all all year around. Hey, guess what? The one thing we didn't talk about, the best game of the year, and that's the first game of the year, because that was the first game I finally got a chance to meet my brothers on the other side of this internet wall right here in person, Madison Square Garden, with the best game of the season that we went to. The double overtime game against the Boston Celtics was the first game, and it was the best game of the season for us that we went to. So salute to my brothers over there. Salute to the chat. I'm still here for you. Thank you all.
Yes, sir. Shop Howard.
I had to let that picture be shown, man. This has been a great year, man. To aside from the New York Knicks season, to be involved with you and Divine on this platform has been nothing but a blast, man. I would have never thought that I could get on and talk Knicks like I've been talking with you guys this whole season, and I'm thankful for you guys being in my lives. I mean, from that Knick game, we made a bond, and I hope we can continue to keep our bond strong. And thank you guys for making me come out so I can be on here with you guys. That's giving my thoughts on how the New York Knicks has been. Shout out to you, KJ. Shout out to you, Divine, and the chat. All my peoples in the chat, all these great, knowledgeable men and women in the chat that come on here, that come to vibe with us, to take our takes and listen to us as we take your takes and listen to you guys. Thank you in the chat, man. This platform is not going to be stopping. We're going to keep it moving. Anything happens, anything comes down, we're going to be on top of it. And salute to you guys, man. Thank you guys for making me a part of this great thing.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, let me pick up off that, man. My brothers from another mother right there.
Facts.
Me and KJ, I mean, when I started Knicks Real Talk a little bit later on down the year, he came on, aka Kevin Woodbridge at the time. But we've grown the thing, and my man been supporting the chat ever since he got in there. That when we got the Madison Square Garden, man, and opening night, me and KJ picking me up in Newark, New Jersey, get in the car, go across the bridge. We walking up the stairs to get to our seat. So guess who we see? Shop. And that everything else is self-explanatory. You know what I mean? Right. It's self-explanatory, and it's just been a good year, man. Like I said, we was able to come in here with everybody in this chat who made Knicks Real Talk what it is. Without the chat, it ain't no Knicks Real Talk. It's just talk. It's real talk because we real up in here, but we family, man. We Knicks family. And I really do appreciate what we did this year, man. And it's been a beautiful year for me. Our Knicks went up and down, peaks and valleys, but I'm happy because we closed on a good note. Matter of fact, we closed on a great note. And so Knicks Real Talk going into season 2. I'm in my rookie year, just like Ryan and World. I had this platform about a year now. February made a year when I did it, and so changed. But I got to grow just like our rookies got to grow. I'm going to get better just like Manuel quickly did. I'm going to get better just like Obi Toppin did. We just going to keep getting better, keep coming up with new ideas, new technology, new information, more homework. But I tell you what, I can't be more happy than what we accomplished in year 1. To all the subscribers, Shah Powell put in work to get the subscribers up for me, man. It's really for us. I mean, we almost there, 600 something change subscribe to the channel. We just gonna keep growing. You know, you know, Rome wasn't built in one day. It wasn't. You know, what I mean, Nick's Real Talk not gonna be built in one day, but we gonna come into next season with the phone lines open, raffling, gifts given out. You know, get all the merch popped up, printed up the way we wanted to. Making sure that we got things for the fan base. Without you guys, like I said, it don't need for us to even do this. But to my brothers right here, and salute to all the other brothers who was on here. You know, salute to BX Sports Jedi, salute to
Facts.
the streets of buzzing, salute to the Power Father, Uncle Sam, Queens Court, everybody, man. And salute to all the podcasters. I don't care what platform you on, what's the name is, to volunteers, everybody. Salute to all of the content creators who giving our Nick fan base something other than all the hyperbole out there on the mainstream TV shows. You get up in these platforms with us, we give you our real talk. You know what I mean? You know, and it's been a blast, man. It really has, and I'm looking forward to it. We'll be on later on in the week. We're gonna be able to probably get into do some draft things. If something news pop up, me, KJ, and them will hop on and we get it popping. And, you know, we always gonna be here, man. We ain't going nowhere. We 82 games a year. We all year round. But we'll be here, man. But just look for it, man. But salute to the chat, man. Like I said, real talk. Y'all God is the best. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Y'all cats always keep the show rolling. And like I said, y'all the invisible panel. KJ call y'all our third cousins. You know, y'all are you the invisible panel. You guys are us. Y'all just don't got your face on the screen. But your knowledge that you bring in the chat is what make the show pop. You know what I mean? We piggyback off you guys. And sometimes some nights it goes good, some nights it don't go good. Sometimes you might see me get super amped. Just feel like I'm about to snap on everybody. It's love, bro. It's just love. You know what I mean? I'm a passionate guy. I'm passionate about everything I do. When I'm putting a nail in the wall with my hammer, I'm passionate about it. You know what I mean? When I'm hugging my wife, I'm passionate about it. When I'm talking Knicks, I'm passionate about it. I'm a passionate guy. You know what I mean? So don't never take nothing personal, because I'm like Tim say, I make mistakes too. You know what I mean? And like, you know, we all make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect, but believe me, it's coming from the heart. Though it's coming from a good place. Knicks Real Talk always comes from a good place because it's real talk, and you know the heart is real, so that's where it comes from. But my man and my brothers, man, I'll see you cats. I'll talk to y'all later on in the week, and we get it popping again. But great season, but we gotta go. The exit meeting, man. We gotta close the door, bro. You know it is. So salute to the family, man. KJ, Shaw, the chat. I see you cats, man. Later on in the week, we come up and get it popping. If something come up, we hit y'all up, man. Y'all just look for the notifications. Tell a friend to tell a friend, like and subscribe. Knicks Real Talk.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Fact. And y'all can catch KJ with the videos out there showing y'all how to play basketball with the dribble.
That little crossover he be doing.
Oh, that good stuff.
I'm about to put another one up soon. I'm putting a shooting video up. Let me tell you something. Y'all about to see KJW event shot, man. You have to handle something, but wait till y'all see the jump shot. It's over. It only gets better with time, like I said.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, but real talk. Hey, listen, man, everybody in the chat, man, I love you guys, man. It's a good ladies and gents. Appreciate y'all supporting the show. We're going to get out of here, man, and y'all enjoy the rest of the spring, the summer, if y'all don't get in, but we will be in occasionally. But y'all take care of yourselves out there. Be safe. The variant's about to pop up again, so just be careful out there. Yeah. Have a great spring. Have a great summer. And let's go Mets. So let me get that out there now.
I'm making me a Yankee cup right now.
Okay. So you know I'm a Met Giant Knick fan all day, every day. You know, my Tar Heels got to the final, the national championship. We lost by 1-3 points, but it was a great season, man. Knicks gonna be fine. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Knicks gonna be a problem next year. Booking. The New York Knicks is gonna be a problem in the NBA next year. I think they're gonna be on to something, man. Let's hope it go the right way. But let's get out of here for my brothers and get some rest, man. And to the chat, let me call y'all out right quick. To my brother D. Ross, thank you so much for support from day one. Jarvis, Mr. Louisiana, you're always in here with that wise take, man. We appreciate you. Keith Turner, my man, man. Salute to you. Keith Turner, been representing, supporting the show. We appreciate you. Keith Turner, real talk, man. It's all good. Man, Paris Smith, salute to my brother, wise man, right there.
Yes, Paris.
Yeah, salute Paris for being there, hanging there with us.
Cash out.
Yeah, cash out.
Frank Matos.
Right. Will, the thrill from Colorado.
Will.
Yes, sir. We got him, Papa. We got Paris. We got
the professor. I didn't see him tonight, but the professor.
Alton Lee, yes. Yeah. Be civilized, peace of God.
Be civilized.
Be civilized. Everybody, man. I can't call y'all. My man Fabian, salute. Cash out, salute.
Salute, Fabian. Salute.
All our cousins up in there.
Yeah, they always represent, man. They always represent all the time. Like I said, man, it's so many, man, we can name out. But listen, if I don't say your name, you know in the heart I said your name. We said your name. We don't say your name, we said your name, man. So real talk. But thank you guys, man. Kevin Taylor, my man, salute Kevin, my man Ab Remy, original piece of you. Cash out my brother. Thanks, Robert Woodward. Rob know he was up in the garden chilling, man. We had him robbing up on the opening day game. He was there with us. Soul Finger, my man. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Soul Finger. Yes, sir. Y'all hit up Soul Finger and Stafford Dawn on Sundays. NBA 1-on-1 down in Blanchard. Y'all make sure y'all
man.
Them brothers. Thank y'all for supporting the show as well. Joey Martini. Salute to you, man. Everybody, man. Frank Matos, West Palm Beach is in the building. Canal, my brother. Salute Canal. Canal came to support the show from day one. I'm glad to see you back in there with us, man. Canal, appreciate you, my brother. Let's keep it going, man. We almost out, man. But it's been a fun ride for sure, man. I can't say enough about all you guys, man. So we gonna get it popping. We're gonna get up out of here. And we'll see you guys. Hey, my man Julian Blum, King Rigby, Roberto Hernandez. Man, wow, it's just
salute to my man Chip Lover, to my man C
Lee in the building. Yes, sir, man. Everybody. This is the exit meeting call out, brother. We call it D Cool. There you go. D Cool.
I gotta forget my guy. That's my guy right there.
Hey, Devon,
yes,
before
sir.
you end the stream, you got to end it with a Knicks Real Talk freestyle before we end the stream on the season.
Well, let me see how I can do this here, man. It started off at Madison Square Garden. Me, shot power occasions. I beg your pardon. Knicks whipping Boston triple overtime. Now we on Knicks Real Talk doing it by design. Salute to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Whereas, boy, you know how you do because you had our back. Next year we come with fire at your desire. We gonna tighten the thing like a good pair of pliers. But right now we about to get off the stream. We got Knicks Real Talk about to float your dream. We see you at the next exit meeting of the next show. Let's get up here. You know it's time to go. Peace. We out. Knicks Real Talk, man. We in the building. Peace.
Woo. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. We here. Enjoy. Salute.
Enjoy.
Salute.